at the soccer game.
Nigga said, I had that meme up. He like, nigga,
I wasn't even looking straight. I'm looking at everybody.
He was in defense mode.
I walked out with my hand out. Nigga was
No,
like,
cause I seen Chanel, but in my head I'm like, she looked familiar, but I don't want to be looking all at a nigga girl. So I'm looking like, I look at it
like.
Yeah, I'm like,
you know this nigga out.
and then
awkward as fuck too.
And then this nigga Stacks said so. I'm like, oh shit.
Oh damn. What's up, chat? We live. What's going on, everybody? What up? Welcome back, Stacks, man. We was missing Stacks last week.
Back in the building.
Welcome back, Stacks.
All I have in this world.
y'all.
Oh man. You know, I guess we on time. I feel like we was a little late. We was listening to some old Wayne. You know, y'all know how that go.
You know how it goes.
Make sure y'all hit that like button for us, man.
Unconditional.
Et cetera.
Let the algorithm know we popping right now. We're gonna have a decent conversation tonight. It's gonna get pretty live in here.
It should.
It should.
Real quick, we got J. Delgado in the house.
Money bags.
Come
Money
on, man.
bags.
What did I miss?
Of course, Stony Starks is back, baby.
What's cracking,
Stony
people?
Stark.
What did he miss?
We got Al Banger,
Hello.
Back in the building.
Al Ton.
Al dente.
Al Davis.
We got Bryce Wayne. What's good, everybody?
What's up?
What's up?
All right now.
It's a big week, man. It's a big week.
Let's go.
But I know how it
Truck
goes.
driver flow.
We gotta let everybody know we live, so we gotta post it up. Come on, let everybody know. Friends, family, fiancés. Let everybody know.
Back in the building with a feeling.
Let me see.
What did I miss?
How's everybody's week so far? Everybody straight?
Cracking.
You know,
Chill, man.
Feel like a good week.
smooth.
And chat, if you can, let us know how the mic sound. Every now and then it be messing up on us, but I think we good. Oh man, random. Did anybody watch that? I'm pretty sure y'all didn't. What up, Cheeto? Did anybody watch the K-pop Demon Hunters?
I was so far behind on.
Wait, hold on. Go ahead, Stacks.
I was hella far behind on a lot of shit, so I caught up, but I didn't get a chance to watch that. But I finished Ironheart.
Okay.
I started watching Megan. I'm on the last episode of Squid Games.
Okay.
But no, I didn't. I said I was gonna check that out next.
Let Lola watch that.
It's
the girls
that
love
good?
it. It's extremely good. The song is fire, and my sister actually. There's somebody I know who worked on the movie, so I got a little bit of inside scoop. But yes, it's doing extremely well.
Okay.
And yeah, I recommend it. Like I said, for the kids, you know what I'm saying. But at the same time, the song is slap. So I was actually pretty surprised. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. What's this about? So I definitely tapped in. But you know, if you got some time, you bored, Netflix ain't nothing to watch, just throw it on the background. You'd be pleasantly surprised.
What's it called again?
K-pop Demon Hunters. It's about a K-pop band that hunts demons. But right, it sounds more complicated than it is, but very interesting.
No, it doesn't sound complicated at all.
It's actually straightforward. But it's been trending right now, so it's like all over social media. It's been going up. So I just want to get that quick little plug. Whatever.
Is that what I missed?
That's one thing you did miss. Real quick, just to let everybody know what we got going on today. But before we do that, make sure you guys follow us at _Real Squad on Instagram and TikTok if you want to know exactly when we do go live. Oh yeah, don't forget to hit that like button while y'all in here.
Appreciate you.
And we have the news of the week. Main topic. Your boy Drake. What did I miss? New song just dropped. A lot of different opinions on this. We will be
Dramatic, nigga.
Today. We also want to talk about the future of the DCU. We got Superman dropping tomorrow. That's going to be pretty dope. Already got my tickets. I'm excited about that. Heard some good things. The Rotten Tomato ratings is crazy right now. I think it's like at 85 and a 95 as of right now.
Apparently the right wing, they calling it woke.
What, the Superman?
Yeah.
They say nothing like that.
Well, yeah, like the Trumpers or the MAGA people, they saying like because James Gunn, he's basically like an immigrant movie.
Okay.
They call him like cause Superman is he's technically an alien.
Okay. We got the top three actors to star in your own movie, and what genre would you set it in, and what director would you have? So we're gonna get into that later. So chat, make sure y'all come up with 3 actors, a director, and a genre for who you want to play in your own movie. It can be about anything.
Did they have?
What's up, Sandy?
Did
Sandy,
they
what's
have popcorn
happening?
buckets for or any merch for the Superman thing?
Hella.
I seen
For real?
Yeah, it's a lot.
Are you fucking with the
Galactus,
Fantastic Four shit?
the Galactus head.
It's $80.
I heard
What?
that's what made me ask you. I heard it's hella
$80?
big though.
I can't do. It's huge. It didn't light up. It's very accurate.
It's 80 though. That's why I wanted to ask. Like, are you fucking with it?
I would have to sell like 3 to 4 popcorn buckets I already got to get them. I'm not. I can't do that.
What the fuck we drinking, bro?
I'll give you a cup.
What did I miss?
Yeah, what's going on,
Is it
Sandy?
not
Sandy
smooth?
said she watched it with her daughter, K-pop Demon Hunters.
Nah, it's smooth, but you
Got a little bite to
got
it.
a little kick to it. Definitely put some. I can feel the
You feel the tingling in
feel
your
the
chest.
hairs on my chest sprouting.
Sipping on something new.
Wait, so are you getting? So you said they did release some stuff for the Superman movie?
Yeah, they got
Are
like
you-
a crypto popcorn bucket. They got a few Superman popcorn buckets. They got the cups, of course. They
You
got a
messing
lot
with
of
anything?
merch. I think when I go there tomorrow, if I see anything, because lately it ain't been nothing too crazy. They had a Megan one where it's her head, but the face plate comes off and it's the mechanical
sounds
face.
dope.
That was probably the last cleanest one I seen, and that was $40. I'm like, these motherfuckers is getting more and
40
more
is
and
not
more.
bad. 80 is
80
ridiculous.
Is OD. 80 is OD. But yeah, I think the more like elaborate ones are usually like around $40. I think the most expensive one that me and Al had ended up getting was like $50, and that was a Dom Toretto car.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, $80 for a popcorn bucket is crazy.
Right.
It's hella big, but just for popcorn.
You talking about the Galactus head?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I would. Yeah, it'd be crazy.
It's bigger. It's bigger than one of them helmets.
No, it's for sure bigger. I would have to move both of them to have it up.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
pretty
like,
big. No lie.
yeah.
I seen a picture of it. And I seen it in somebody's back seat, and that shit was.
They had,
I was
they
like,
had a
damn.
seatbelt on it.
So
Yeah.
can I ask why? I mean, I don't know, but when you buy these, if you was to buy that $80 thing, does it come with the popcorn? You
Yeah.
got to buy
Yeah,
the. Okay,
yeah.
So it comes with it,
Alright.
you have the option of getting it in a separate box or
Oh, to
container
not- okay.
to not mess up, because a lot, like I said, so if it's selling for 80 resale is probably gonna be like
200.
200. I was about to say $1.60, at least double for sure.
Yeah.
When the
The
Doom
Galactus head gonna sell out, and they gonna resell that for
the
200
Doom
and
the
up,
Doom
something like
one.
that. The Dune is already selling for like.
So that's
150.
what happened to the Stitch one. It was the one I wanted to get for my daughter. It was flopped, so it felt like it actually had like
one
almost
probably
fur.
OD too.
That shit, it was gone. But I mean, like I said, you could tell dude was. They had some in the back, by the way. Dude was looking. He was for surely trying to come up and sell.
You
them
got
things.
time, just randomly
Niggas out
go
here
to,
gatekeeping.
eBay and Google popcorn buckets, and you'll be
Surprised, bro.
on the resale of those things.
How's the resale on the Gladiator one? Because that shit, I ain't gonna lie, that's one of the cleanest ones I got. Lola can fit it. I can't fit it.
Nobody can.
Well,
fit
you
it.
know, if
My
you
girl
cut,
can fit it.
if you cut that ring out the middle, like
Yeah.
that little second ring, you can put it. That's what stops me from putting it on.
I haven't looked in a minute, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's up there because, like I said, it's the Gladiator helmet. But if it would be the smartest thing to do with that Galactus one is to get the popcorn in the head, because then you'll have that's like 3 largest popcorns, bro.
It's too
you get
much
on the side,
popcorn,
it's
bro.
That's a lot of popcorn. But I love popcorn.
Yeah, but if you just get it on the side, you're gonna have like a regular.
Yeah. No,
That shit, you're gonna have to go like this to get the popcorn.
Run it. Hey,
Right.
run it.
Yeah,
You outside
yeah.
giving popcorn to homeless niggas and
Hey,
shit.
man, I'm taking it home. Nigga. I love popcorn.
All right.
Do they let you get refills of popcorn buckets?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's a large. It's a large.
If it's
It's
a larger,
considered a large,
you
huh?
automatically get it.
It's set back Grand Lake. Them niggas
Yeah.
do not get
Yeah,
refills.
nah, they are family owned.
Yeah,
So they ain't doing
I
that.
went up there,
That's
nigga looking at me
popcorn.
crazy. I'm like, can I get a refill? They like, oh, we don't do refills. I'm like, I ain't never coming back here ever
They
again,
don't do
nigga.
refills. They got $7 tickets, man. Come
Bro,
on,
I don't like they seating, and I also don't like they sound.
Oh, for real? They got a new system. They got the Dolby.
I went to see Sinners there, 70 millimeter.
Oh, well,
Shit.
that
Shit was, bruh. First of all, they got a nigga
I
up there
don't know
playing.
if that's 70 millimeters though.
Bruh, it's not. I went up there, but they got a nigga playing the organ, nigga. I'm like, The fuck is going? This nigga
They'll do
play
that
hell.
and they'll do a magic show sometimes.
Yeah, I don't need all that, bro. I don't need all that.
I walked in like, what did I miss?
Speaking of shows, did y'all see the
Monte ratio.
the lady that be juggling on the unicycle with the plates at the basketball game?
Red Panda.
She hard, boy.
Yeah, I
I
heard
seen
about
it.
that.
Oh, man.
She bit it
Lost
hard
a step,
off
huh?
that unicycle, boy. And that thing,
It's hella high in there, right?
bruh, they said she at least cracked a rib or something.
Oh,
she
this
fell
man
hella
hurt.
hard,
Yeah.
bruh.
They said she
Like
got
she
injured.
hurt.
I seen it, but it didn't show her fall.
Oh no, I seen it. It was on a slide. You know how they show the picture, then you slide and then show the video.
Yeah.
I said that was a
Belly
hard
flop.
ass fall, bro.
Damn, that's
Oh, she
ugly.
belly flop?
No, I didn't see it. I just.
But is it
that's
true
what I mean.
AMC about to start doing $5 Daisy? I
won't
seen
be
the post
surprised.
about
I feel
that.
like they've been saying that for like a year
they've
now.
been saying they're gonna stop showing the what's the lady name, the white lady in the beginning of the movie.
Oh, yeah.
They've been saying for like a whole year, like we're not gonna play that no more. But every time you get to the movies, she come out.
Her ass come out.
We come here to watch movies because we like to. I'm like, stop playing it. It's
shut
like
the
2
hell
minutes. You gotta
up.
wait through it every time. But
That's when I go to the bathroom. As soon as I see her face, I just go to the bathroom.
You got time. You got
Yeah.
time because not only you got the trailers, you got that weird ass intro with the people, the black dude and the black chick dancing, doing all the little dance moves. I'm like, yeah, you got a good 35
AMC gotta
minutes.
cut it out, bro.
Yeah, that shit crazy.
Have
35 minutes of trailers is OD.
Has anybody
OD.
seen a movie with that wraparound screen? What they call that?
Out to the
Oh
Matrix.
yeah,
Oh wait, no.
No, well I seen that's coming out. But
that's
they,
a Regal. That's a Regal
That's
thing.
a-
but they have it at Concord at the veranda.
Somebody
Yeah.
said it's
They-
hella distracting.
Does it wrap around all the way? Or
Yeah,
just
so it's like
it's like 240, I think.
Yeah, so it's like on the
240
side.
degrees.
It's
watch
on,
it like this?
no, so it's on the
Yeah.
side. It's on the sides of you and the front.
Yeah.
But then,
like, is it like to the point to where you're gonna go like this, or is it like?
Yeah, you definitely can do that.
You gotta
Yeah.
look for show like this.
so I mean, typically
hell
they
shit.
suggest sitting kind of towards the back,
Oh yeah.
so you can see everything's to the
I
front.
forgot
But
what that was
then
called.
they just showed that immersive
Like,
one with the Matrix.
immersive
Yeah, that's
type-
what I went
or
to.
interactive.
Yo, you
or
seen
some
that?
shit.
Yeah, I seen that was.
Oh,
tight.
that was at the thing you and Lil J went to.
Yeah, that was fire.
Oh,
That was
okay,
super fire.
got
Super,
you.
super fire.
I would hate to be in the front of that shit.
Yeah, because if they can start walking from over here, you gotta watch them walk all the way. Like, oh, okay.
But they said we about to get a. They said SF is about to get a dome like in
Yeah, I
in
heard that.
Vegas.
I heard
So I
that.
mean, they're for surely gonna be showing
Yeah, they
movies
gonna
and
be-
shit.
The one at the LA, it's not like a official dome. It's like a half dome, but it gives the same effect as kind of I guess the sphere in Vegas or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. It was
That
tight,
shit
though.
is
It was tight.
ridiculous.
It's gonna be popping because it's like a bar there. You can go there watch sports games, UFC fights. You can go there for all type of events. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a private event that you rent out the room for or whatever.
Okay.
And I think they might have like open. No, I don't think it's even. You can't just walk in there and watch it. You know what I'm saying? You definitely got to pay to go in there. So yeah, it's dope. Like I said, they had the trailers that they showed was like people watching football games, basketball games, and it's like, oh shit. It reminded me of when I had got my VR headset, and you can pay for a package that will put you on the floor to watch the games.
I remember you was telling
That
us
shit
that.
was crazy, and it was hella clear. So I'm like, nigga, why would I even go to a game anymore? I mean, only thing I'm missing is the popcorn and the nachos and the beer,
Right.
but I can get that myself. You know
For
what
sure.
I'm saying?
For
But you
cheaper,
can-
for
but you-
way
there's
cheaper.
a button you can press. You can be on this side of the court, jump to that side of the court. You can jump to under the hoop on this side, under the hoop.
Then you say you can see if other people is watching the game virtually. You can go sit
Yeah,
next
you
to
can
them.
sit next to
and
them.
shit.
Yeah, you can sit
That's wild.
You can sit next to niggas because it'll show you who all in there that got the headset on.
That's crazy.
That's not really there.
I'd be hella mad for niggas.
It's very
just
trippy.
Kept
It
trying
was
to come
trippy.
sit next to me.
You
Like,
would have to press a
Can
button.
you talk to him?
You can interact with them. I don't know if you can talk to them.
I was about to say go sit
would
next
have
to
to
the
get the,
opposing team. Your team weak.
You have to get like you would have to know them to do
That
it.
shit'd
You have
be
to have
hella
a stream
fun.
name. You have to be in the same party. It worked just like a PlayStation, you know, or whatever a video game. You gotta know. But I can look at you and be like, and niggas always be like, you know what I'm saying? Be hella funny. You just say what's up to niggas.
you could do head signals.
Yeah, you got everything. You got your hands, and everything.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
It recognized everything. Yeah. All right, y'all. Y'all ready to get into these topics?
Oh yeah.
About
Yep.
14 minutes in with the intro.
What did I miss?
All right, the main topic. We got to get into it. Drake. What did I miss? He just dropped a new single off of what is the album called? Iceman.
Yeah.
This is the first single off of Iceman.
Yeah.
Or is Nokia gonna be on there?
No, Kia was part of that
Party Next Door.
Party Next Door.
Oh, okay,
that
okay.
collab.
Hey, Drake don't got to do that.
Okay,
You don't got to weasel that on there.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So this dropped a few days ago, and it went pretty viral. I think people are already cutting out him doing that little dance and putting it to like when I miss work for 2 days and I come back in, and they got him doing the little car dance or whatever. It's already crazy. So it's already doing some numbers. But as far as the actual song goes, let's get our first takes. We'll go with Al first. What you think, Al? First take. We'll get everybody's first take.
Dramatic, nigga. First of all, nigga. It's a Drake make hits. All right, so we can all like he know how to pick beats. The beat was fire. But it's just like the visuals, bro. Cause I didn't look at it off top because niggas was saying like niggas was waiting for like an hour or so. I'm like, bro, I'm not about to. I got shit to do. I'm not.
I think it was a live stream. He released it.
So apparently he released it on live stream, but he had niggas waiting for hella long. So I just looked at it just now when Jose told me to look at it. First thing, come on, this boy sitting in front of his house with hella guns pointed at him. Like, bro, come on, dog. Like, that's just ultimate drama queen type shit, bro.
That was crazy.
Like, what are you doing, dog? Like, I don't know. I guess the representation is him. He felt like everybody's going against him or taking shots at him or whatever, which isn't true.
But he war ready, though.
I guess. Up in Canada.
You see them guns, bro? He ain't playing with them. Them choppers, bro.
Them was military grade.
You can only shoot maybe 2 guns at once. Nigga, like
maybe.
If a nigga come in there, you're done because you just gave him.
Said maybe.
You feel me? It ain't going down, bro. You just gave a nigga all the ammo to shoot at you, basically. Anyway.
Yeah, go ahead.
Anyway, so then it switches. It's like one of those things where it's like
What's up, Maria?
It like switches screens, you know how like in the old movies is like stay tuned or whatever. Mm-hmm. Then this nigga is in like another like super like that's some super Canadian shit, bro. It's a room full of ice blocks. Like I guess the only thing I could think of is they use them for ice sculptures. You know what I mean? To like for like artists or whatever.
I was taking it because it was the Iceman album.
No, I get the reference to the Iceman album, but I'm saying like what possibly could that room be used for? Like, where did you find this?
Got you.
And then obviously, like you said, the car dance or the trucker dance or whatever he was doing, that was like
he broke that shit out like 4 times.
Yeah, bro. Like I didn't see none of the memes and shit, but I'm like, yeah, that's gonna be something. Like niggas is
that's like that's like that dance he did on Hotline Bling.
Yeah. Very true. That's true.
Yeah. So I mean, all together, like I said, like. It was a well put together song. You feel me? I ain't it's Drake, man. Like he know how to make hits. You feel me? For sure. And some of the bars he was saying was for sure fire, but I just feel like it was all just a little bit dramatic for me.
All right, Jose.
I can see that. I can see it being dramatic, but I like it because the beat it's a hit. You know what I'm saying? And listening to all the lyrics, it's just straight up like y'all took the side of the nigga that was hating on me. You know what I'm saying? You was in my crib, you know what I'm saying, reciting my songs word for word, shit like that. I like that he addressed everybody. You know what I'm saying? I like the kind of like it, like even with the beat, it's like that competitive type of like, I don't know, like that energy, you know what I'm saying? I like that, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like he coming like almost like I'm coming to play, you know what I'm saying? And I remember, people don't forget, you know what I'm saying? So don't ask me for no favors later and shit like that. Cause he even said something about girls that said no to him later on saying yes to him and shit like that. Yeah. So, but I can see where Al's coming from as far as like him, like the whining thing and being dramatic and shit. But it's a hit, beat clean, concept on point. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like he addressing shit. So it kind of gets me excited for more. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm listening to it, I'm like, this nigga, he back. I'm over here in the car listening to it by myself. I'm like, he back. I'm ready for some more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I just hope it's that same energy. You know what I'm saying? As long with some, some good hits. So I'm anticipating the album now. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Real quick for X-Tax, Maria said she heard that Not Like Us might have went diamond today. I've been hearing about that.
I thought the Complex post said it just met the qualifications to go diamond. I don't know if they've officially given him the diamond plaque yet, but they said I went out a little post I was reading said it has met the qualifications to go diamond. So I don't know. I y'all might have heard something different than me.
Not
but
today, because they said today it happened. So
yeah, that's what I seen today. Was that it met it was on that Complex Music page. It said that Not Like Us has met the qualifications to go diamond.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Which is dope. I wouldn't be either because it's you can keep playing that.
And then also too, in regards to even what Maria said, like I feel like he's kind of moving on from it, and he's not really like trying to like diss Kendrick. He kind of like when the smoke clearing now, it's kind of like, all right, now we kind of getting back to the shit now. We just getting back to the regularly scheduled program, and it's kind of like, oh, so y'all niggas is coming back. Like, what did I? You know what I'm saying? So that's what. I just like the concept of it. You know what I'm saying? Facts. It's not even picking sides.
I agree with both what Al and Jose said. I agree with Al on the like. What made it to me? What made it over dramatic was the gun scene. It's you could have left that out, bro. Like you could have filled anything. You could have did something different opposed to that. Like we already felt like he went over the top with that hoodie with all the holes and the smoke. That's what that kind of equivalated. That's what that kind of equivalated to me for. That's the only thing for me that I felt was dramatic about the song. Other than that, like you said, I think the song was a straight banger. So I'm like, okay, finally, let's get back to cooking. This is what we've been waiting for, and I think this was a pretty good way to like introduce the album. That's a pretty good single to introduce the album to, and I like the way, like you said, how he was addressing people. Like even when he said cooking in the kitchen, that was back to referencing Future when they did that song. What's the name of that fucking song? Life is Good. You know what I'm saying? And then he came at Rick Ross. He came at Khaled. Like
LeBron.
He came at So I mean, it's like at the end of the day, like what y'all gonna do now? Because it's like, okay, like y'all said, the smoke is cleared. That beef is over with. You seem like you picked your side. Stay over there. Like it's good. You don't need to come back up over here. And like you said, to me personally, I don't think it's only gonna be a select few people that might be on the album or that's gonna get a feature, and it's gonna either be 21 and Thug. Everybody else is over with for him. Like, that's it. It's 21 and Thug. Them gonna be the only people that's gonna be getting features in the future. And I'm just like, I mean, y'all kind of showed y'all call. Y'all played the hand that was dealt to you, but it's like
because Drake is still the hitman.
He is.
You know what I'm saying? So when all this is over and 2 years from now, he's still gonna be the hitman. So it's like people like Khaled and people that was like poaching off of that.
LeBron might be fine.
Yeah, it's whatever about LeBron. Because LeBron, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like, Rick Ross and all these other people that he might be addressing, if anything, they might try to capitalize off of that. You know what I'm saying? And try to utilize that. But at the end of the day, like what Stacks is saying, it's gonna be a select few that's gonna be able to actually work with him now. You know what I'm saying? Unless they sitting there kissing ass.
And that's pretty big because you gotta think about it. Same thing happened with like when everybody was calling Gunna a rat. And then he got out and Thug was like, nah, he's not a rat. Like he had his own shit he had to handle. It's like people were saying like, what's Lil Baby gonna do now? Because some of his best songs is features with Gunna. Like and like your last album didn't do so hot. And it's like that's gonna happen for a couple of people. If you don't have that Drake feature or that Drake cosign, what are you gonna do now?
And like think about how many people.
It's a lot. It's crazy when you think about it. It is crazy.
Talk about it.
So that's so I feel like
but it's the truth. Regardless of how you feel about his character, the talent is the talent. You know what I'm saying? You pick a side. It is what it is. You just got to live with it now. And if you really somebody that make hits on your own, then do your thing. You know what I'm saying? But if you was somebody that was dependent on that feature, you know what I'm saying? Somebody like a Khaled, like we talking about, who said he had the 2 Drake songs, and then Drake had to come back and be like, hell no. You know what I'm saying? Drake Bell, yeah, shit like that. It's kind of like, you know what I mean? So what's Khaled gonna push now? You know what I'm saying? And shit like that.
I think with like I think
I'll just go later. Don't worry about it.
I'm off. Go ahead.
Nah, I mean, I don't want to miss out on what he's saying. He making some good points. My bad.
No, I wasn't gonna say anything crazy. I was just gonna say like I think Drake is just gonna treat shit more like business. You feel me? Like I know for a fact, like for one, especially with Khaled be so thirsty for niggas songs and shit that he pretty much willing to do. Like I heard it might be a rumor, but I heard like even in one of the songs before the beef that Khaled wanted Drake on the song so bad that he ended up giving him 95% of the publishing. So I mean, like, if a nigga give you a 95% of the publishing, you still gonna be like all salty about it, like
Maybe.
But like I think 95% sounds good. You feel me? Like,
but not if you balling already. You don't even care. Like
I mean, you can never have enough money. Money is like oxygen, nigga.
Yeah, but think about this though. The hit that he's getting 95% publishing on, Drake could just release on his own for his own album. But like because it's not like Khaled sends this nigga a beat. He might, you know what I'm saying? But some of them songs you hear, it sound like Drake is he's got his own producer bring it, and he's like, this is what I got for you. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. Maybe Khaled does send him that shit, but at the end of the day, I feel like Drake could be utilizing his talents for that particular song on his own shit. You know what I'm saying? He don't need it that bad. And it's like, he got the cheese. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't say
he doing Khaled the favor more.
No, that's a fact. Yeah. I wouldn't say he needed it, but I'm saying that if the business makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, nigga ain't gonna, I mean, you know, like, Drake might be that. I mean, obviously he is that petty, but like, nigga, come on, bro. If he sends you something like that's crazy, and then like you get 95% of it, like I don't know if you turn that down just because a nigga didn't like say something more. Like it wasn't like Khaled was all at the pop out and shit.
Yeah, but I mean, I just feel like that's just Drake being petty, and then again, like Drake doesn't need that as much as Khaled would need it, right? Because it's like Khaled could give him 95% of publishing on 2 songs that he got on there, but that's just bringing us to his album. You see what I'm saying? So the fact that we even listening to that song, his album is getting more spins, period. So that's just better for him in the long run, and it works out for everybody. But it's just like Drake doesn't have to. Like,
no, he definitely don't have to.
You know what I mean? So I'm just
saying, like, if it makes sense, yeah, I could definitely see like nigga.
But I can see why he would be petty though.
I can see why he'd be petty too though. I definitely think Drake is probably.
What you think, Bryce?
Yeah.
What you think, Bryce?
Nah, bro, we don't care, bro. We don't care what Bryce thinks.
We're all just talking. Hey, we're all just talking. All right. First thing first. Shout out Kaylin. Shout out Sandy, Maria for chiming in on the conversation. I think it was a good song. It definitely was a good song. I can agree with what Sandy and Kaylin are saying. It wasn't like crazy to me. It wasn't like electrifying is the word is. It wasn't crazy. But at the same time, I was surprised that I'm like, okay, yeah, this is a hit. The only thing that bothered me is like everybody else was the guns, the tough guy thing. The dance didn't bother me too much, but like it's just funny because like after the whole Kendrick thing, I think it's funny when Drake says anything about gang and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it stands out to me now. It's nothing I can do about it. It is what it is. That's just how I see him now. So it can be kind of corny, but like I said, if I just hear the song and not even looking at the visuals, fine.
Right.
Only thing is, I'm still on the fence on how I feel about because the concept of the song is fire. I think everybody can kind of get behind. What did I miss? It's not like specifically to the beef. Like even with the hook, it can be. It can be used universally. I know what I'm saying. I can get behind that.
It was wordplay.
The only thing that brought it down for me is kind of connecting it back to the beef, which is understandable. We all know the type of person that Drake is, so it's gonna be probably a little harder for him to let something go. But I didn't really like coming into this album. I personally didn't really. I was over it. You know what I'm saying. I've been over it. I don't really want to have to deal with even from Kendrick's side. I don't really need to hear any more about this. It's over with. It's over and done. I'm good.
I agree.
So when he brings up the LeBrons, what I heard mostly, to me, that stood out the most to me was the LeBron line. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know.
You talking about what he said niggas was at his crib or whatever?
No, he said something about he'd been
at the pop out.
He fucking with gangsters headlines.
Yeah, exactly. So it was like, I mean, I would, like, it's distracting. You know what I'm saying? It distracts because I started thinking about it. Like, it distracts me from the song. Like I said, it's definitely a decent song, but I think he's still on this. So I'm just hoping that this will be the only song that really addresses that, and maybe we can kind of like move on, like everybody else kind of has moved on. I mean, I know Kendrick did the tour or whatever, anyway, which is reasonable because of we were just talking about how the song.
He's still on tour.
Yeah, I'm saying
in Europe,
the song is pretty much about to go diamond, so it only makes sense to do it money wise, business wise, or whatever. But there's nobody out there typing up, searching like new Kendrick disses or like the Kendrick. Is there like, do I need to read between the lines what Kendrick said? No, I mean, like I said, niggas has moved on, and like I said, I think Drake has the potential, even with the little dance. I said earlier that dance has become a meme now. Like he knows how to.
Was that already a dance, or is he made that up?
Yeah, he really made it up. You know,
that
what
nigga
he
think he got that gigs, nigga.
He did that shit 3 times in a row. Like I felt like he knew for a fact, just like the Hotline Bling, he knew that this was gonna hit. Like certain niggas know how to internet,
But
Drake is one of those niggas that can internet and know how to put something together. Like not only is the song, I know the song is good, but what can make the song better? Oh, what's popping right now? Live stream. We gonna go live with it. Then we gonna do something. It's gonna lead into the song and the whole music video. What else is popping? Oh, dance moves on TikTok, Instagram reels. I got something for that too. It's just great business, knowing your industry, knowing your community, or I wouldn't say community, knowing your audience, and being able to put something together that it's gonna pop. Even if the song not good, niggas can take what you did in that song and you be still talked about because it's a meme now. Niggas using your likeness in the meme.
I kind of took that little dance as like how people was doing dances to Not Like Us, and then they had the dance from Squabble Up. I kind of thought that was his own version of like, I can do a little dance too that a catch for people to. I mean, he's done that before, so like it wasn't.
He usually does something
like, you know what I'm saying. So I kind of took that as something like that, and I mean, I don't know, just kind of replied to what Sandy was saying. She was like basically asking if Drake needs a GNX, talk a little shit about what went down, but then give us all hot songs, not beef related. Can he create his version of GNX, or is the bars too high? I think he can. I mean, that's why I say I feel like this song, What Did I Miss, was a great opener to kind of like ease us into the album. Like he's known for making hit albums. Like, so I don't know if it would be as impactful as GNX, because what Kendrick capitalized on that beef and like made it something completely different. So I don't necessarily, I mean, I don't know if Drake can do that like Canadian wise, because like when my cousin, when I say that is because my cousin, he's a big ass Drake fan. You know, Breland. He a big ass Drake fan, and so he's basically saying that what if he comes with all hot Canadian artists that people ain't never really heard of, but can actually spit some shit.
The GNX version, like the Canadian version.
He was saying that's possible because he was like, other than outside of like we said, Thug and Savage, who else is going to be featured on the album? I mean, I personally do think he needs a solo album to remind people like, hey, I'm still that guy. But like,
I want a Wayne song. But go ahead.
That could be possible. I mean,
we gonna you know, Party Next Door. You know what I'm saying?
Nicki.
You know, Nicki maybe. You know what I'm saying? And the two that you named earlier. But I feel like at the end of the day, too, even in regards to what Bryce said, like, I feel like even with this song, he's addressing the people post beef, but I still feel like he's still getting past the beef, though. Like, he kind of addressing something that almost like needs to be addressed, like, in a way. And if he moves on from that and just makes hit songs on the rest of the album and maybe not too much of this, I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying? If it took for one song to address it and then also make it to where we can relate it to our lives, like you said, it could be flipped in a few different ways if you want to. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what a hit is. You know what I'm saying? And then if he moves on from it and then he starts just making other shit that has nothing to do with it, you know what I'm saying? Even if you might hear a little poke here and there, maybe, you know, at LeBron or Ross or something like that on you know, random, which is hip hop, which is what they do anyways, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like if we get that, then I think we'll be all right. And I think that's what we're gonna get. I feel like he shouldn't dwell on it too long.
I think if it's just this one song, I think it'll probably digest better as a whole project.
And that's why I say I don't think when you asked if that was the single, I'm like, it's a single. I don't think it's the single.
Oh, I didn't say. I mean, that's what I meant to. It's a single from the album.
Yeah, that's what
I'm saying. A single from the album.
I just think it's just a cut.
I kind of don't even think it's gonna be on the album. But
I could hear that too. Maybe a bonus track or something.
Yeah.
Streaming purposes.
Well, for me, because like we from the town, bro. Like if you get into a fight with a nigga, the next time you see him is on site. Period. So I think, in my opinion, bro, I think he should say something about it. I think because no matter what he says, anyway, niggas is gonna try to connect it to the beef regardless.
But what if he does it in a way where he doesn't beat a dead horse, but he almost like references it. You know what I'm saying? Like not even in a way where he's dissing Kendrick or just maybe just talking about a point in time.
Man, go.
You know what I'm saying?
Go
Like,
at this
maybe.
nigga, bro.
I don't
No,
know.
but
I fuck with
I
Kendrick,
feel like it's time
but
to
go
move
at
on.
Kendrick, bro.
but I kind of agree with.
Do it to him.
I kind of agree with what Jose is saying, and it kind of
What's up, Monkey?
piggyback off what you said. It's like not necessarily beating a dead horse. Like you can skate over it, but then like you was saying, where we from, nigga, if I got beef with you when I see you, it's funk on sight. So I think he has to skate on it because he would look corny as hell kicking it with LeBron again or doing features with people that was necessarily pick sides in this beef. It's like, bro, yeah, you're a cornball, and it's showing because you're trying to link back up with people to get back in.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you need to stand alone.
But couldn't that be flipped the other way though? Like where they trying to get in with him? Because I feel what y'all saying.
But that's my whole
this is
point.
The music industry now.
But
We're
that's
talking
my-
about millions now.
But that's my whole
You know what I'm
point. Whoever does you now, they're gonna be the ones that look corny. It's not gonna be him. Because
Right.
they're trying to kiss ass back up
Right.
to him to get back on his good side.
If
so that
this
makes
happens. If it happens.
yeah,
Yeah.
that makes them look like if
He would have to
like
leak some shit.
say the Iceman album is a hit, and all of a sudden you see LeBron on his Instagram
Right,
rapping and
yeah.
shit. You're a cornball. That
you
just
look-
made you
yeah.
corny.
You look
Like
corny.
say,
Crazy if
that's
that
but that's what I'm saying. That makes him corny.
Now,
You know what
let
I'm
me ask
saying?
this
It's
question.
different.
Is it possible? This is coming back to like the whole beef thing or whatever. Like us being from the outside looking in, we can see these celebrities hanging out. I mean, they make a lot of money, so sometimes they have to walk through the same doors, right? What if, like I said, we don't know for sure. What if niggas never really looked at Drake like that? This is that something that it was always business. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't never something that they personally put together, and maybe he looked at it a different way. That's why it was maybe so easy for a Drake or a DeMar DeRozan to pull up to the pop-up, or as far as even being featured in a video. Like have you ever hung out with somebody that was a cornball but you had to do it? Like this is like my partner, or this is a family friend, or this is a family member that I'm not really cool with. I think we all personally had to deal with somebody that we necessarily didn't like, but to be respectful, or you know what I'm saying,
or not even that you don't like. It's just it's not even that you don't like them. It's just that you gotta fuck with. It's like one of your lame, like one of your cousins and shit that's like lame, and you gotta know, and your dad be like, bruh, take you feel me?
Take him to the mall.
Yeah, take him to the mall.
Y'all go to the movies.
Yeah.
I agree with that to an extent, because I've been like, especially back when I was like getting into sessions and stuff, like there's been times where like somebody has been in a session that I do not fuck with or am not vibing with, and as soon as the blunt gets, now let me go ahead and get my shit real quick before, like it's kind of obvious with me if I don't fuck with you, like I mean
that's crazy.
I've done it. I'm just saying.
That's crazy. That's
and
crazy.
or like
That's
like
crazy.
at certain or like when you go to family reunions or family functions, you ask the cousins you cool with, y'all trying to go spin off or something, and you kind of like say it.
I think that example that Al gave was perfect. Like it's a cousin that comes over and your dad is like, bruh, it is what it is. Go hang out with your family.
My dad has never. My dad would never force me.
My dad.
I definitely.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'd have to be cool with him, like on some shit where it'd be like, oh, you playing the game, you gotta let him play too. But then if say my friends come over, my dad is not gonna be like, oh, you gotta take him with you. Like, no, if I take him with me and we don't really mesh like that, he's probably gonna get roasted on, and then he gonna come back crying.
My dad didn't care.
With that example,
my dad didn't care either.
Even with that example, family is family to me. So if you my nerd ass cousin or whatever, and you beefing with a nigga that's going crazy on Diddy, you know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna. You still my cousin. I'm still rocking with you. So I felt like at the end of the day, if you wasn't really fucking with him, then you really wasn't fucking with him. I think what Drake is referencing to is niggas that was in his house, like he specifically said, you was in my house with hoes reciting my lyrics word for word. Like, you know what I'm saying? To where like maybe he was fucking with them. It sounded like
talking about LeBron, to be clear. I don't know if that,
I mean, but I mean, there's other people that he addressing too.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I can see what y'all saying as far as taking business and stuff like that. But at the same time, I feel like what it sounds like. I could be wrong. I'm not whatever. I could be wrong, but it sounds like I would assume that he's like addressing people that obviously he kicked it with past the business, and probably you would think that, you know what I mean, like almost like we doing a pod, you know what I'm saying, to come to find out y'all really wasn't fucking with me or any, you know what I mean, anyway. So it was like, what the fuck.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what I'm assuming. I'm not assuming that he just did a song with a nigga and he talking about him. Like I'm assuming
Now,
that he kicked it with Future and shit.
Taking it for face value,
yeah.
what type of niggas would do that though?
That's what I was.
So I'm saying, that's why I brought the question up, like, because obviously none of us would ever do that, because we are clearly friends and family. We've been knowing each other 20 plus years.
That's what I was about to get into. What type of nigga is Drake? If you think that some niggas you just met is your real brothers and shit.
But hold on, but what do you mean by just met? Because how long has Drake been in the game?
No, I mean, like, like I said, that's why I mentioned money bringing niggas into the same door. Just because we have to be in the same circles doesn't necessarily mean that I actually fuck with you.
I get it.
Niggas gonna be like, hey, it's LeBron and Drake. Hey, can y'all?
No.
Can y'all take a picture?
I'm not.
And I get what you're saying, but I'm just assuming that it got to a point for him to where they're doing things that was deeper than just business or making music.
Exactly.
To where
that's
you
what I'm
would
talking
think,
about.
right? You know, like maybe after, like, because like we said, he's been in the game for so long.
In his eyes,
but I'm just saying, I'm just giving a hypothetical example. I don't know, because we don't know specifically. I'm just saying, like, imagine he's been in the game for so long. He done plenty of songs with Khaled, plenty of songs with Rick Ross, and he done been Nike and fucking with LeBron. Imagine if he done been on vacation randomly with one of them niggas.
That's
right?
what I'm saying.
Or something, I don't know. Maybe it was something like he did something like that. He
like
thought to himself, like,
because my whole thing is like,
I don't know. That's what I'm assuming. It was something deeper like that. I don't know.
Mind you, this is
it
all.
could have never happened though at all.
This
so
is all.
It could be very weird
Right,
to other niggas. Like, bro, why is this nigga like? I only came here because my publicist said I should.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
it's gonna get more eyes on me and my brand if I show up to your event. You know what I'm saying? It could be niggas. All I'm saying is, for the way these niggas is acting versus like, because we haven't really seen anything like this before as far as a mass side switch. Like, it was massive. You know what I'm saying? We've never seen anything like this. But we do know that these things are possible. You can look at a situation versus me looking at a situation. You see it something completely different.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing it as money, business. You seeing it as friendship.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
so that's been my whole thing. So that's what I see from it.
But
So
if you
so
think
I
in
got a
business,
question.
how could anybody ever think that this shit wasn't gonna just die down at some point? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I got you.
so
Yeah.
at the end
I
of the
think
day,
niggas definitely switch sides.
and we can say what you want, pick your sides, but we know who got more hits between the two.
Yeah,
you
for
feel what
sure.
I'm saying? So it's like, if you was really thinking business, you would have just been, I'm gonna side with this nigga because I know eventually that shit gonna die.
No, I mean,
you know
as
what
far
I'm
as
saying?
business,
I'm
I
just
mean
saying.
with the Drake thing, but I think niggas might be really cool.
But
with Kendrick.
But that goes to my question where it's like,
That seemed crazy. That's a good point you made.
After how many times of y'all being in the same room together on some business, does it elevate to more? Because like, yeah, okay, first 2 or 3 times for sure, that's probably business. But then when y'all start sitting down and having dinners and y'all link up here at certain parties or certain events, like, people that they tend to if you tend to gravitate around the people that you know and you've been dealing with, and that's what builds that. To me, that's what builds those relationships. Because
depending on how you look at it.
I'm just taking it from face value from what. Like you said, we don't know, but at the same time, it's like the whole speculation of Drake saying LeBron was going on 2-mans with him. Apparently, their relationship was a lot deeper than just business.
But you know what though?
Like, because it wasn't business for LeBron to rap all of Drake's songs and shit on his Instagram. That's not business, nigga. That you like his shit. You're fucking with him.
Yeah.
Like,
but I also too, I think that it's like, even with the LeBron thing, like,
That's probably the best example. Honestly,
LeBron is just like a big music fan. You know what I'm saying?
he rapped a lot of people's shit.
Yeah, he gonna like what he like. You know what I'm saying? But
you don't see him kicking it with Lil Baby and all these other. You see him kicking it with Drake.
It did come off like that, but I also could see where even if Drake feels that way, he could still be wrong, right? Even what you're saying, because his perception of it may be thinking that these niggas actually fucking with me, but you're the number one hit maker. So I can see to where people might be putting up with people, because there's people that you fuck with that you still put up with because maybe they bring something to the table, whether it be a female or, you know what I mean, like a J-Cat, or it can, you know what I'm saying? I get it, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like,
I know a great example. We know a DJ now that is super popular, but from when we knew him, he wasn't as popular. But this particular person will bring in massive amount of people, bitches and all. Who not pulling up to the party? At one point in time, we all there.
Yep.
Do we necessarily particularly trust or fuck with this nigga on a personal level? Not really. But we know what can happen if we pull up. Right. It's that simple.
And then,
it's that simple,
and
bro.
then he get
We've
on.
all done it.
And then he get into a beef with somebody, and then they make
he get into a beef with nigga that we fuck with, and it's we actually fuck with this nigga. And we don't really fuck with you like that.
Like, well, y'all niggas at my parties and shit. Okay.
But real talk though, do these niggas actually really fuck with Kendrick? Hey, the hoes wasn't there for you, nigga. But real talk though, do these niggas actually really fuck with Kendrick, or they're just fans of him? And does Kendrick actually really fuck with them? You know what I'm saying?
If we take face value, it seems like that way.
From face value, it looks like Kendrick don't fuck with him. Most of the people naturally, I'm not saying that he hates him, but I'm saying it just seemed like he just doesn't deal with the people that was taking his side personally. Because that's the way I see it. They just pick sides.
I just feel like they just pick sides. With you, and I feel like they pick Kendrick's side because
I didn't see Rick Ross and Kendrick as friends. Not because I never thought they were friends.
Because for one, like I agree, because it was a good song.
You see what I'm saying? Because that's just one example though.
Yeah,
white boy.
LeBron, like I said, LeBron and him got history.
Right, when we seen that.
I keep bringing LeBron up because that's the best example. As far as everybody else, I mean, like DeRozan, that's another example. He from LA,
right?
So he could have
from Compton,
completely already. As far as all these other rappers, they could have easily been like, well, this is a real nigga. I really didn't really fuck with you like that. But I mean, if I'm keeping it real, the song is better, and he's a real nigga.
And business wise, you wouldn't want to pick a certain side.
And the wave is going this way. I'm gonna hop on this wave.
Yeah,
but particularly with, like I said, the LeBron, the DeRozan, it definitely seems like I for sure believe that Drake is more hurt over the LeBron thing. To me, it seems like that's at the top of the list. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I keep bringing that up.
Because you know who stayed true? KD.
Yeah.
Because even sure. KD was the one that posted that shit about the screenshot of the ice room, that room with the ice in it. You know what I'm saying? So he kind of was.
But I think, it makes you question, like during DeRozan's stint in Toronto, who was he probably partying with and linking up with?
No, that's the point we were trying to make.
No, but
you can throw the best parties. Don't mean I'm gonna come fuck with you. I'm coming to fuck with the party.
But he also was the team ambassador, so of course he probably was with him all the time and was just whatever, cool, it's cool. Putting up with him, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Putting up with him is gonna be like. That's the basis of it. Yeah. That's where I'm coming from. Like, it's not necessarily I don't like you.
No, I get what you're saying, but
beneficial for me to fuck with.
I get what you're saying, but at the same time, it's like, let's go back to the example you was using of somebody that we know. We're not gonna be kikiing in this nigga's face. We're gonna be maneuvering through the fucking party, doing our own thing. Yeah, we're just going there because
my example for that was like I said, we're not on the level of a LeBron and a Drake, right?
True.
So a nigga's not gonna be like, oh, these two niggas are standing by each other. Hey, can y'all take a picture? So it's never gonna be that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. That's why I kind of use that as an example. But we're never gonna have to exactly communicate. But these niggas being celebrities, niggas gonna be like, bro, I need this picture because my blog gonna go crazy if I get a picture of you niggas. You know what I'm saying? It's something that small.
I get what you're saying. We don't
have to technically interact with the person.
I get what you're saying, but how I'm looking at it is on like to use that. To put it towards like Drake and LeBron or Drake and DeRozan. If that's the case, DeRozan has enough of his own buzz or aura to be in your own section doing your own thing. You don't have to be with Drake.
No,
you don't have to be with him.
Sometimes but he probably will ask you to take the picture. Yeah,
but I'm saying though, taking the picture that's different opposed to chilling in a nigga's section and kicking it with all his homies and and kicking a nigga face. We're not gonna do that. If we don't fuck with you, we might come because it's your party, but we're not about to be all up in your section. We gonna go do our own thing. I'm just saying.
Like I said, I gotta understand where it comes from, business versus personal.
I agree.
Like I said, none of us actually really know. But from the outside looking in, it definitely seems like it's been business only.
And then there's that gray area, cordial. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So business and cordial is where I'm leaning more towards that. Yeah. Also, like maybe a nigga might have misconstrued everything. Like I thought because you came here, it's because you wanted to. Even though you did get paid, you did get some promo off of it. But I still thought you wanted to come. Like no. I didn't really have to come. I mean, I'm who I am, but I came because it, boosted my brand.
I'm not an ass, bro. I'm like, if you invite me to your party, and then you in your section, and you be like, hey, come over to my.
We got drinks over here. Yeah, I say what's up. You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, I come party with you and shit. But
it's very like cordial is a very great example.
But if it's between if it's like say, for instance, let's just say us, for instance, and then like this shit happened. and then like you start beefing with somebody that's from Oakland, you think I'm gonna take your like this nigga's from Compton? Like you feel me? You think I'm gonna take your side over a nigga that's from Oakland? Like it's not happening, my nigga. Like you feel me? Like I don't give a fuck.
If I knew a nigga though too.
Yeah, and then also LeBron plays in LA, so a lot of his fans are Kendrick fans. So he gonna be playing.
That's why you keep bringing up business.
He gonna be playing. He gonna be playing every night. Yeah, he gonna play every night at the Lakers, at the Staples Crypto, whatever, and then be beefing with Kendrick. Like you gotta live. He gotta live in LA. You feel me? So it could go business both ways. You feel me? He made it. You know what I mean?
This nigga Chapo, man, no dick.
You all right, bro?
Yeah. He said, "What's up with all the came and come?" Like,
wait, what?
This nigga's hilarious. What?
Yo,
but yeah, welcome
Get
in.
your mind out the gutter.
Yeah, what up, Hess? What up?
What happened, Hess?
What's up, fellas?
Yeah, man. I don't know. Like I said, after everything has been said and done, like I said, so much time has passed, and the only reason I have brought that question up is because I think the most relevant line in the song is the LeBron line, and so like I said, I think that he is the most hurt about that.
I think he's heard about the Future shit too.
Yeah, but the line that went viral that's all over TikTok is that headline.
it always bring me back to when Drake was on the barbershop shit with Brian, and he was like, I just was like, did I disappoint you? When he was talking about the shit.
Yeah, that could be. Now imagine how awkward that could be for Brian. Like,
yeah, did you like that shit sound weird as hell?
Like, imagine Drake coming to the shop, but LeBron already got a preset talking to niggas like, yeah, this nigga gonna come through. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get to see views or whatever. Then this nigga start talking to me like this in front of niggas.
Like damn near crying.
Like
niggas,
bro,
niggas
Drake probably left that, and niggas probably was laughing at LeBron like, nigga, you over here hurting niggas' feelings. Yeah, LeBron like, bro, I don't know why, bro, acting like this, bro.
Yeah, I'm gassing LeBron. Yeah, like just imagine that's us,
yeah.
And then a nigga just start crying to you. Bro, I'm gassing, bro. Like, wait, why is he?
Never said nothing about this nigga before, but this come here like,
yeah, did he disappoint you,
Jose? Like my brother, obviously. I'm like, nah, Jose, what's going on, bro?
What?
Hold on, bro.
News to me. Nigga, did he disappoint you, Jose? Nigga,
you over here hurting niggas' feelings is crazy, bro. You gotta explain yourself. How you hurt niggas' feelings, bro?
Cause you didn't respond to this nigga talking about you got a son. No, nigga, what the fuck? I listen to the music.
Nah, I just, like I said, man, my final thoughts on it, I really wish it was maybe that particular line. Like I said, I think I'm cool with everything else because it didn't stick out like a sore thumb. But maybe the pop-out line, I could have did without it. But in hindsight, it's a great song. And it's going to do fine. You know what I'm saying? It's like I said, it's already a meme. It's very successful. People are already talking about it. People are going to be talking about it for the next week. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be different opinions. He did what he was supposed to do. He did his job. He got niggas interested into the project. It's apparently called episode 1. So we're interested to see what the rest of the episodes are out. How is he going to roll out the next few songs? Or is he going to be doing anything else creative on social media? You know what I'm saying? So, as far as live streams and stuff like that.
Did you see the clip of, I guess, during the stream? So that's another thing. First of all, I didn't see the visual until you watched the visual earlier. So I didn't. It became cornier once I saw the visual. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so I actually heard the audio first, and that's where I came from up until a few minutes ago, not too long ago. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't know. Like, I guess on there was a long ass stream, but I guess there was a part where he was driving the truck, and in the background they were playing another song.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That song sounded kind of clean too.
Yeah. I didn't actually watch the stream thing.
I didn't either. It was like a clip where somebody was like, Drake previews 2 new songs, and I listened. You could hear it in the back, and I'm like, oh, that's shit.
The clip I saw was him driving in the truck and arguing with a nigga.
Oh, yeah.
Saying he gonna beat somebody up. It's very jarring, like hearing Drake come. I guess I grew up with Drake, so I've always heard him talk in interviews. He never sounded Canadian, never, not one time. But now this nigga's being so authentic, he is trying to like, what's the word? Like intimidate somebody, but he's speaking his natural tongue. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like, this nigga. This is so unthreatening. It's crazy.
You know, it's funny when you
that shit sound hella weird.
Because another thing, if you peep, Drake don't do a lot of interviews. First of all, but the only time you really hear his accent is when like the little videos of him in the studio. You know what I'm saying? Because he be with his people, like it's like 40 whatever. So sometimes you hear him say something like that, and it kind of sound weird, and you be like, "What the fuck?"
It be throwing me off because in my mind I have a preset of what Drake sound like.
Right,
You know
his
what I'm saying?
rapping
Like I said,
voice.
I've definitely heard him talk.
Yeah.
And I definitely heard him. He did that interview recently with the Bobby Alatoff chick. You know what I'm saying? They sitting in the bed together. He was not talking like
There was
that.
little pieces here and
He
there.
doing
where
that.
He
was
might
doing-
say
you
a word.
can hear.
This might be a word that he says weird, but hearing him and not holding back, it sound OD.
That Carl
And it's
Anthony
a dude
Towns,
that be
bro.
going around doing interviews at the mall, like in Canada, interviewing little kids. And when
After
I
all
say
that-
it's the craziest accent I've ever heard, it's the worst accent I've ever heard. So I already got a bad introduction to it because
Yo,
kids sound,
fam.
it's so nasty, bro.
What
Like
one
the
fam?
the words, all the slang,
Bruh.
the word, everything is horrible, bro. But to hear him to talk like that, to kind of be like threatening you, it's almost crazy. Like I couldn't be threatened by somebody like that, serious or not, and be like, oh, this is scary. It'd be hilarious. Like, this is crazy. Why you talk like that? So I don't know. I think it's funny.
Did you see Did you see the picture with the abs?
No, none of us watched Degrassi, Sandy, at all. It's bad.
I've seen a little bit of it.
I've seen a couple episodes.
I
I didn't like.
we
I
had
didn't
knocking for a little bit.
I've only I've seen that. That's one of them shows that would come on when you was at a hotel or somewhere random, and that was just like ain't nothing else on TV.
Hell
Fuck
no.
it. I'll
You know,
just
also
leave this
too,
AB background. I'm not sitting on the edge of my bed
Right,
paying attention
Yeah,
to
no.
it. It's just
it's funny because
Crody?
I think we knew.
Crody is crazy.
I think we knew because we knew what that
But the
show
way they
was
say it is
after
nasty.
Drake got put on. So I knew I started finding out who Drake was, and then they started talking about Degrassi, and then I started realizing at that time we had Noggin on DirecTV. I'm like, hold on, and then it was like, oh, this the show with Drake. So I knew who Drake was before I knew what Degrassi was.
too,
I
me
guess I'll
too,
say
me
so.
too.
But I
Yeah.
did see a couple episodes
Thank
just
God.
randomly.
Yeah, it never stuck out
Because
to
if
me
I
as
had saw
accent, though.
Degrassi first, there's no way I could have ever took Drake serious.
I could see that.
Wheelchair Jimmy.
I can see that.
Like if thank God I seen the rapper Drake first. Then I found out he was
Yeah, me
because
too.
because bro
That came to a shock to me because I was like, that's like a super random fun fact.
That's
like,
such
the
a
fuck, this nigga played
180.
the TV show. That's hella
yeah.
weird.
But
Definitely not watching
did y'all
that.
see the picture with the abs with him?
Yeah.
That shit went viral, bro. This nigga posted
you got this. It's called ab etching or some shit like that. Where
bro,
they
the nigga got fake abs, bro. Like Kendrick said. It looked terrible, bro.
I don't know if it's fake abs, but what they're doing
looked
is
terrible, bro.
people are
Ab
getting
sounds like it's got etched in.
no. So they call it that, but what they're doing, they're specifically getting liposuction and fat taken away from their ab area.
So you didn't work out for it.
No.
Nah. Like I mean, he worked out to get to actually get the foundation,
muscle, yeah.
But he didn't shed
Bruh,
the
niggas
actual
is
weight
going
himself.
hard
So
on
he
this.
got it sucked. Yeah, it looks crazy because it doesn't
That's
match.
wild.
And they're trying to say Big Sean,
Sean, yeah, I seen
but
that.
Big Sean came back out and said, "No, this is just me. I did not do nothing. This is just how I look." Like
That's crazy.
so.
that's
I
why-
mean,
Of course
But
he
that's
gonna
why-
say that though.
but
But
Somebody said Maria said BBL. That's what the BBL came from.
That's what BBL. That's what the Rick Ross.
That's
Rick Ross said that.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said he had the fake abs, and that's why he started calling BBL Drizzy.
That's
how the whole shit started.
Oh, Rick Ross was the one that called him BBL.
yeah. Kendrick, I mean, when Kendrick came out with the tell your core audience stomach that,
Oh,
they're
yeah,
telling where you get your abs from.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
So it's like
Jesus
somebody
Christ.
told Kendrick Ben alluded to it.
I'm
you
pretty
feel
sure
me?
the industry knows what's going on in the
Yeah.
industry. Niggas know what niggas did.
Yeah, but it looked weird because
Big abs is crazy.
yeah, it just looked weird because you nigga you
It's crazy.
nigga work out, nigga. What the fuck?
Yeah,
That's why-
this nigga
that's
act like he had a baby or something. Like
that's how I look at it. Like you can get them you can get the fake muscles, but then if we go to the gym and put 2 plates on the bar, you're not
Right.
You're not gonna lift that shit.
Right, you can't do
It's
one
not
sit up,
authentic.
nigga.
You know what I mean?
Nigga, do a sit up, nigga.
That's weird. That is weird. I mean, niggas got money. Let them do what they want. But at the same time, I would personally,
Is he back?
I would keep that private.
Is that?
Hey, I'll
cuz?
tell you one
Is that
thing though.
cuz?
Oh, God.
I'll tell you one thing though. I do like I little thing, small detail. I do like how fast the song started though. Like I like that it wasn't. It just came boom and just straight in, and a few seconds in, you could just hear him start going. I like that part. You know what I'm saying? It was like it came in fast and then it broke down. You know what I'm saying? And then kind of started like that. Like I kind of like that energy of it. The energy of the whole song, I like. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I said, it made me want more.
Drake
I'm ready for the album.
timing is on point. Like
I tell you, bro, his timing is crazy.
Nah,
bro.
his timing is crazy. Like
he know what time it is.
He knows what to put out at whatever time.
Hit that like button for me, y'all.
You know what I'm saying? I just, in my opinion, I just feel like, you know, we never quit, never surrender.
But even think about this though, like even if they don't even directly use his song, they can use the fucking instrumental to the song and for, you know what I'm saying, to lead into the inside the NBA or whatever the fucking they're gonna use it for, you know what I'm saying, or whatever trailer they want to use. Like, I'm telling you, man, the energy of the song, that's what I'm saying. I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Because it could be used in so many different ways and it can go viral for different reasons too. You know what I'm saying?
I think the fact that he waited this long is probably better too.
Yeah.
Because, believe it or not, you know what I'm saying, with the pedal thing, it definitely died down. You know what I'm saying? So I know niggas was like, oh, I don't know if he don't have Drake fuck with us right now because something might come out.
Nothing came out, and I feel like they more so trolled him from it based off of like what Kendrick said, and then the videos that kind of was like suspect, but that shit died down because nothing was proven. So it was like,
I think we all said like, I don't think Drake is a Pete, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't, but it's just funny because you was doing all that suspect stuff. So of course in a battle rap, you know what I mean? It's just like how it's just
ammunition.
It's just like how Papoose knocked out what you call a new dude,
Easy to Block.
Yeah, the first battle rap that he was back in. A
they
nigga mentioned
that.
it. Like he mentioned it. Like you feel me? You're going to mention it's a battle. Of course you go. It's funny. So, like, you feel me? So it's all just entertainment.
Good timing on Drake's end because he'll probably start getting like he never lost to Nike nothing. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, he kind of definitely chilled back and was quiet. Like I said, niggas definitely are smart about this. They know how to internet, and so shout out to Drake for that. You know, what I'm saying?
Timing is everything.
Yeah, exactly, for sure. So I think he did everything right, I feel like, and it's only gonna go up from here for him as long as he don't.
Or just randomly, because we know how Kendrick rocks. What if my thought was, when are we gonna hear more music from him? Is he gonna go back into hiding like he usually does, and then we're gonna hear something in 3 years? Or what if he just randomly just drops something?
I know he gonna be on the Clips album.
Oh yeah, we heard the Whips and Chains song.
So I don't
but
know,
like, what if he just dropped a project randomly? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't be surprised.
That might kill the momentum.
I would be surprised.
Of Drake shit, as far as people can going back to comparison. Could you imagine?
I would be surprised because he on tour right now too. He in Europe, so I would.
It's easy for like niggas like that. They can make a song.
No, they can make songs. But I'm just saying, I don't think
fine. If he could probably come up with a project, but
I don't think so.
Milk GNX and everything for as long as he can.
Because they did. Well, he's doing it on the tour right now. But they did also say that he was dropping another album. They did say that at that time when he dropped GNX. You know what I'm saying? There was something coming. But I mean, maybe he moved on too, and maybe he's not even talking about Drake, but people just automatically gonna compare. You know what I'm saying? Because you would think that right now is the right time for Drake. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, we know how Kendrick works. Like after a while, it's just all right. You know what I'm saying? And then he drops like every fucking 4 years. It seemed like certain artists.
So say if Drake dropped, I wouldn't be surprised if 2 to 3 months later Kendrick dropped something. I wouldn't be surprised. But at the same time, 3 months later is not that long. Right. You know what I'm saying? That can definitely be like, oh shit, hold on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, 3 months.
People gonna bring it up.
But 3 months later, is a lot of time for Drake to take over. If he was to drop like a banger of an album, and then Kendrick was to come 3 months later, I feel like that'd be too late.
I don't know about two. I think, like I said, I think people still gonna listen to it.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying that they not.
I don't think nobody's gonna ever stop comparing these niggas.
No, I know, but I'm saying like I think for Kendrick to kill the momentum of him, he would have to drop sometime soon, randomly, and before Iceman. But I'm saying if he was to drop Iceman and that shit was just top 10, blah blah blah, banger, and he was Drake back, and then Kendrick dropped his project 3 months later, like for example, I feel like that would be too late for him to try to take the momentum away, because I feel like it wouldn't take that long for Drake to. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think he's gonna try to do that. I would be surprised. I would be surprised if Kendrick dropped again. Does the Iceman have a release date?
Not that I know of.
So yeah, we don't even know when this nigga gonna. I know he supposedly said it's gonna be in the summertime. I know he posted something that said something about like summertime or something, and he usually drop in the summer or before a little bit before the summer. So
we need that single, man. We need that real.
Yeah,
single.
just put out a single and then like I said, bro, man, attack, bro. Stay on the attack.
It's funny because it's technically how GNX did get started. Because Kendrick dropped that song, and then I think "Squabble Up" was like the.
It was a snippet.
It was a snippet to "Squabble Up" or whatever, right?
So they not like us.
No, "Not Like Us" was a song, but "Squabble Up" was a snippet.
With the snippet to
yeah. So I mean,
but GNX kind of just dropped all of a sudden. Like didn't nobody know he was gonna. I remember that shit. That was on my birthday. Like GNX dropped on my birthday. I woke up. And AB was like, what?
Maria said they heard this weekend. He talking about for Drake project. Because you know who dropped this weekend too? The Clips. If Drake did that and he dropped this weekend, he would kill the Clips momentum, bro. Because they roll out right now. Clips rollout is on point.
Yeah, they roll out is crazy.
They're doing hella interviews and they got me ready for it. If he did that would be hilarious.
Cold killer, boy.
That'd be tight though. Shit, I'm listening to both. Honestly, I fuck with the Clips, bro. Like,
it's
for
gonna be
me,
great for the fans.
Like, even with the Kendrick Drake shit, man, I wasn't picking no fucking sides. I just wanted to hear some hits, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I wanted this shit to die down so Drake could go back to dropping his hits.
That's what
I
I'm
was
saying.
already, bro.
But that's what I'm saying, bro. Like to me, like the beef was only over because Drake dropped that last song, bro. Family Matters was a hit, bro. Like I don't think like for me, so Drake dropped Family Matters, Kendrick dropped I think Meet the Grams, and then he dropped Not Like Us. If Drake dropped something cold after that, the beef still going on. Like I wouldn't say definitively. Like I know a lot of niggas was saying definitively that Not Like Us was the end of it. But if Drake drops another like,
he did drop something after that.
I mean, but like it wasn't good though. Like if it was like
he threw the towel in.
He threw the towel in. Like if he would have dropped another like Family Matters,
what was the
bro.
name of that song?
Like
that's
I would,
crazy. Niggas don't even know the name of that one.
It was the Hard Part 6.
Oh
and
yeah,
he threw the towel in.
Yeah.
Oh,
remember he was like it was like a part of because Kendrick got the heart.
Like that was before. Okay.
No, that was the last one.
That was yeah.
And then but if Drake drops another like Family Matters, bro, like. Bro, I'll be listening to Family Matters still, bro.
Was a banger.
That shit, that nigga was spitting, bro, gassing. You feel me? And then Not Like Us is just it was a blow. You feel me? It was definitely a heavy.
Maria, we never gonna know. That was a very good question, but that question would never be answered.
That's what I'm saying, bro. He should have just went for it, bro.
Nah, he could have. If it didn't land, it would have been.
The song he dropped didn't land though.
The same thing could have happened. Could have been even worse.
But I feel like it.
But what I get what Al is saying though. Al was like, if he still had that same energy, like he was battling, opposed to like, oh no, you know what, I'm over this shit.
I feel like he's
different. Like he let the fire from his side kind of die out. Al was saying if he kept that same energy and spark that he had from Family Matters, it's very much possible he could have dropped something to compete with Not Like
That nigga
Us.
said I'm over it and kept it going. I'm not over
That's
it.
such a I didn't like that,
saying
bro.
you're over it, but you're not really over it. It's funny as fuck.
Yeah, you talking about the nigga still, but then you like, well, this gonna be my last time talking about it. Like, bro, shut up, bro. Just make some songs, bro. Like, and then you take an entire year off. You drop the shit with Party Next Door. Really don't even address the shit. Then you drop that other weak ass Delilah song that everybody forgot about. Like, you feel me? It's just like you.
Wagwan Delilah.
It's like
That
you
shit
was
was
crazy
crazy.
off, bro. Like Slack said though, if he'd have kept that same energy as with Family Matters, bro, I feel like. For one, he has a solid enough fan base that it's niggas who still say Drake won the beef. Like it's niggas who say he want to push it. The nigga Maul.
Yeah, I know.
That nigga says it's like dog.
I 100% know, but these niggas is delusional.
They delusional.
It's crazy.
But just imagine, like, even on Twitter, if he drops something that's similar to Family Matters, bro. Like you feel me? You got a whole. You feel me, nigga?
Like I said, man, Kendrick completely changed my view on this man. As far like I said, it's some
a lot of niggas
that I cannot
A lot of
I would
niggas,
prefer
bro.
to listen to Drake and not watch Drake. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I wish I would have never watched the video and just heard the song.
You know what's
Watching
funny?
the video, I'm like, this.
You know what's funny
it's
too, though?
Because I've been on that. I've been like
Yeah.
that the whole time.
I was gonna
don't
say that
listen
too.
To him, I don't. You know.
That's the
Yeah,
only
okay.
reason
Yeah.
I've never went
really
to
tripped.
a
Yeah,
Drake
never tripped off
concert
listening to-
because I'm
watching
like,
the
I don't want to see
Yeah.
this nigga live because it's gonna taint how I feel about his
That's
music.
crazy.
You feel me?
This is
Because
before Kendrick.
this is before
That's
Kendrick.
crazy.
I've said that to plenty of people. Like, bro, I'm not about to go see this nigga live because, nigga, you gonna get to the show and this nigga wearing shoulder pads and shit. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to see
I went
that.
to that one out here when
Oh,
he
the
was with
AI
the
verse was
when he
still
was with the
ridiculous,
Migos.
too.
He had
That
the
was
they had
out of
the flying Lamborghini and they had the fucking court, the LED court on stage. That shit was pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie.
You know, I think with me, the reason why it was hella easy for me to separate is because like we just listeners, we just the audience. I don't pick sides. I didn't take nothing personal, nothing crazy. You can't, you know what I'm saying? Because we not involved in this shit, right? So it's just like, you know, him being corny and him being a culture vulture. This is shit that we've already like talked about before the Kendrick shit. This is shit that we kind of like know, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, a hit is a hit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Making that shit loud is crazy.
But we know people that will still deny the heat. You know what I'm saying? And that's just who they are. But you
What's
can't.
up, LB
but
Things?
it's hard to deny a hit, bro. You know what I'm saying?
This nigga is out of pocket. All right, like final thoughts, y'all, before we move on.
He's back.
Number one troll.
I don't know. I already done.
I mean, my final
Black
thought
twice.
is I'm just glad to get back to the music. That's what it looks like we're doing, and
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. I think the summer is for the taking for anybody. So I think that's just now is a good time. You know what I'm saying? To just let's go. I want to hear some more, man. I want to see what the first single, the official single is.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what the official sing. I'm interested to hearing the album and to seeing like what approach he takes going forward. But like I said, I want the rap Drake, like the aggressive nigga, like fuck you niggas, bro. This is who I am. You feel me? Even though we all know that's not who you are now, but nigga, that's when you spitting. You feel me? I don't give a fuck
I'm for
about.
sure not watching any more visuals.
Yeah, I don't fuck with it, but like, nigga, I feel like you said, like, we already knew that Drake wasn't like that. You feel me? But like, I don't give a fuck, bro. Half of these niggas ain't like that. You feel me? I don't think nobody really.
Majority.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably most likely the majority. You feel me? So like, it's all entertainment. You feel me? I'm not here to see Drake shoot nobody, but the nigga can rap about it. You
I
feel
don't
me?
want to hear him rapping about shooting anybody.
Me neither.
I don't think I want to hear that.
Hey, that nigga be gassing, bro.
Nah, nigga.
It's,
If a nigga say he about to shoot some shit, I'm like, nah.
the nigga
It's
Drake
gonna
can
take me out.
definitely talk
It's
about.
gonna take me out. It's like watching the movie. If a nigga do something ridiculous or the CGI is bad, I'm gonna be like, wait, what?
Bro, I'm trying to
He's not
tell
about
you,
to
half
shoot
of these
nobody,
niggas
Drake.
not shooting
Calm
niggas,
down.
bro.
No, I'm saying, yeah, I understand what you're saying, but
If he come up with the
hearing Drake
bars,
saying that he gonna shoot somebody, I
if
don't
he
care
come up with a clean
how
ass
many
bar about
bars it
shooting
is.
niggas, then
Gotcha.
I'm here for
I
it,
can't
bud.
do that.
I'm here for it. You
He ain't
feel me?
never really even doing that. He ain't never rapped about killing niggas. That's
Bro,
crazy.
the nigga said he seen blood hit the snow and the blood freeze, nigga.
That could be who I'm watching a movie. I'm thinking of that. I'm like,
no,
I'm not.
This nigga.
I'm not looking at Drake.
This nigga's
like
from
that nigga
Canada.
Drake done shot a nigga and watched the.
No,
blood
I'm not
fall.
looking at him like that. I'm looking
Fuck
at
no.
it for the bars, bro. Like if he come out with some clean enough
I'm
songs,
saying
bro.
those particular bars. I didn't immediately think this nigga just shot somebody and saw the blood just fall to the snow like that.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't think nobody thought that, but
Yeah,
the line was clean. It was a clean, it was a bar.
But if you say
You feel-
I shot somebody and watched the blood, I'm gonna be like, no, this is absolute terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
gonna take me out, bro.
but that's just
It's
where we
take
gonna
me out.
disagree.
Yeah.
Cause you feel me? To me, the rap Drake is the best Drake. You feel me? I don't like all
No,
the
I'm
sing
not
song
disagreeing
and
with you
shit.
with that, but I'm not about to listen to Drake say he killing niggas because I
You
know
know,
for a
but you know,
fact
it's
that's crazy.
Nah,
but it's funny though because I agree, but at the same time, I see where Al's coming from because if I had to guess, I would think that Wayne hasn't shot anybody besides himself, And he talks about shit like that all the time, and I mean, you know what I'm saying.
believe
But his
Wayne
image,
before I believe Drake.
but Wayne's image,
Yeah.
I don't believe
get
any of
but at
these
the same
niggas.
time, I would assume
From where he's
just like,
from, who he been around,
Yeah.
I would, like I said, I'm 100% with you.
Yeah, and I would
But
assume
it's
he
more
had nothing-
believable
yeah.
to hear this
Yeah,
actor
I get
saying
it. I get
versus
it.
this nigga saying it.
but
that's crazy.
But at the same time, if you take the
That's
if
so
you peel
funny.
back the layers of the persona, you know what I'm saying? You probably can be
That's
like,
so
well, this
funny.
nigga probably didn't do that shit either. So
Yeah,
it just
no.
sounds goofier coming from him, maybe from
100%.
Drake.
That's
you
what
know
I'm
what I'm
saying.
saying?
That's,
But it's just
100%.
yeah.
Like, I
But
can
a bar is a
100%
bar.
Rap a Lil Wayne song easily because, like I said, it's more believable to me.
But it's almost like imagine somebody that does have that that persona and you know him personally, and then they rapping about it. It's like, you know what I'm saying?
Everybody ain't the same for
Yeah,
sure.
it would
I
be
don't.
like,
I
what the
personally
fuck?
don't know anybody that's gonna say they done did some shit. But if I knew somebody who would rap like that and I knew they didn't, I'd be like, yeah, this nigga wild.
Yeah, bro.
Or if they saying like, if they saying like out, they would do it. You feel me? That type of shit. Like, y'all, for instance, like I 100% think that if somebody tested y'all, you feel me? I ain't gonna say that on camera, but you feel? I think y'all niggas was for sure. You feel
We
me?
not Drake. That's a
Bruh.
huge difference.
But I
We know
know.
how this nigga
Chitty,
came up.
chitty, bang,
we know
bang.
way too much about this nigga's history. That's all it is. And we
Black.
like I said, you a mystery. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not to us, we know who you are, but to everybody else, you a mystery. What is a mystery about Drake? Nothing.
Bruh.
Everything is set on the table. His family, his mother, his dad, where he was raised, where he started as a kid growing up.
Bruh, but if he said he will do it, you don't think Drake can get somebody knocked down?
No, I mean no. Can he get
Yes.
for sure, 100%.
Exactly.
Will he knock somebody down?
Nah.
no.
But if he rap about somebody getting knocked down, like he's
Y'all
rich enough
niggas
to do
crazy,
it.
bruh.
You feel me?
Y'all
And,
niggas crazy.
and you feel
That
me?
shit
And
funny as
it's for
fuck.
me. It ain't even about believing it. It's about the bars. Like I don't believe Drake gonna kill somebody. But if he come up with some bars about it, then
Man, do he know somebody that might? Probably.
Yeah, for sure.
That's how I look
apparently
at it.
Chubb's like that. So like,
But I get what I get it. It's like it's not to compare them, but just kind of like to use the bars. The instance like on that fucking Tweaker song with Jello, like he talk about I ain't from Memphis or I'm not with that, but I kick it with my Memphis twin and they be going in all black. Like, would I ever believe Jello would be out hitting some licks? No. Do I think he knows people that will? Yes. And that's how I'm looking at it with Drake. Like, like you were saying, like, I don't think Drake is the person that caused the blood to drop on the snow and watch it freeze. But do he know somebody that might have popped somebody? Yes,
Yeah.
I'm more.
Money put him in those circles.
Thank you. That I'm more so to believe that. So like, don't get me wrong. I agree with you saying like he might be rapping about some shit he didn't seen, but I kind of agree with Bryce. Like, it's certain people you just can't like. You start trying to be gangster, I cannot accept you as being like you. Money don't unlame a lame. That's people can always say.
Very well
If you
said.
was on the porch. If you was on the porch while we was outside doing skits and now all of a sudden you 30 and trying to jump off the porch, no, nigga, stay your ass on that porch. Yeah. You can see us and what we done did, and you might be associated with people that done did some shit, but no, bruh. We're for one, we're past that, and two, like you weren't there when shit was actually cracking off.
Nah, the thing is, I agree with y'all. Like, I can't see Drake doing it either. But what I'm saying is, if he comes out with the
Shut up,
bars,
Chop.
then hey, bro, like I'm fine with that.
I was just about to say that too.
Up, Chop.
He did. He did.
What?
Gotta be a
Bro,
dumbass. You gotta
when
be
he
a
started-
dumbass to do
Some
that
niggas
too.
go out of their way to be bad.
When he stole his place,
yeah.
stole
That
the
wasn't
Louis
even bad.
glasses.
That was just dumb. Like
Stupid,
that was
stupid,
stupid.
You already rich, nigga.
That's like when Jameis stole the crab legs. Like, come on, you big dummy.
I heard there was more to that, but yeah, I heard,
Yo,
I heard he got catted on.
I heard his side too. Cause
Yeah.
he basically said that he
Open
do
him
this
up.
shit all the time.
Open them up.
and bro, fuck with him.
Yeah,
I
bro,
guess
fuck with him, and
Oh,
then
yeah, bro, I was about to when we started talking about the movie shit.
It's like
Open
somebody.
them up,
It's like
man.
somebody come in there, you fuck with, you hook them up, and then the manager look and be like, "What the fuck was that?" And then it's like,
and you don't want to get the nigga in trouble or fired, so
Yeah.
you just eat. You know what I mean? You just say fuck it, like I took it.
They say he got catted on.
All right, we about
But
to
they
move
say,
on.
but they say Jello got catted. They said it was Jello's teammate or one of his partners that actually took the glasses, and because Jello's name was bigger, they put it on him. They made the example out of him.
Shit, still, nigga. Gotta be smarter.
Hit that like button for
Smarter
us,
who you
y'all.
kick it with.
We got 19 people in here. Hit that like button. I guess we can move on. That was a good discussion. I mean, we've been talking about Drake for 77 minutes now. So, right on for everybody who participated in the conversation. We about to get into a little bit of other shit. We got some movie shit to talk about.
So don't eat on the mic.
Superman drops tomorrow, so I wanted to real quick, talk about kind of the future of the DCU. We don't got to stay on this topic for a long time, but I kind of want to.
Somebody said, "Could they ask a quick question, Maria?" Well, ask it. Keep talking, because just ask it, and then we'll see it eventually.
Real quick. Yeah, so like I said, Superman drops tomorrow. I'm going to go see it. I got an 8:30 showing. It got like an 85. Huh? No, 8 p.m.
I was going to say, boy.
It has an 85 Rotten Tomato score and a 90 audience score or something, like around that area. So it's getting kind of like good reviews or whatever. So I'm a little excited. But I wanted to ask everybody, is there...
Blaze these nuts.
What's your favorite Superman and maybe your favorite 2 DC movies? So, Al, we go with you first. You got a favorite Superman?
I'm gonna go with Henry Cavill, just because like I fucked with Man of Steel tough, and Justice League was, I like obviously the Snyder version better, you know what I mean, or I didn't like the other one at all, you know what I mean, but the Snyder version was cool, even though Henry Cavill wasn't in most of that movie because he was dead. But yeah, Henry Cavill and DC, I'm gonna go with Constantine and the Batman.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Constantine was a curveball. I like that one. Yeah. What about you, Stacks? Favorite Superman? Favorite 2 DC movies?
Favorite Superman, Henry Cavill off the rip. That was Superman. They shouldn't have never dropped the ball on that. That man was the perfect Superman.
Okay.
And then favorite DC movie would have to be The Dark Knight. Christian Bale to me was the best Batman. I thought that whole little run was ridiculous, especially with Heath Ledger. Like, that shit was crazy.
Okay.
And then I also like the animated one where the Flashpoint Paradox. That was
fire.
Yeah, that was fire.
That shit was cold, boy.
Fire movie.
That was fire.
Yeah.
What about you, Jose? Favorite Superman? Maybe favorite 1 or 2 DC movies?
I mean, I'll probably go with the same Superman, with my man Henry.
Okay.
You feel me? And then DC movies, Dark Knight, that's my favorite one of all time.
Cold.
You know what I'm saying? And then I'm not gonna lie, I fuck with Dark Knight Rises too, and Joker. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, my favorite one, Dark Knight though, for sure.
Okay. So if you could pick between the Joker and Dark Knight Rises, which one would you stick with?
I'm not gonna lie, just initial reaction, I might pick Dark Knight Rises just because that opening scene was crazy. You know what I'm saying? The airplane. I might go with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with. Yeah, I love Henry Cavill, but I might go with Christopher Reeves as my favorite Superman, just because he was my first Superman. And then as far as my favorite DC movies, I'll probably go with the Batman '89 because that pretty much introduced me to the more serious versions of the character as far as theatrically, because we had like the Adam West or whatever. And then I want to go to the animated side, and I wanted to fuck with the Batman Under the Red Hood, because it deals with one of my favorite Robins of all time, Jason Todd, and his story, and how serious and how the tone kind of changed for me when I first read that versus when I first saw it. I'm like, damn, this is crazy. The Joker killing one of the Robins. And,
You played a video game?
No, I never played the games.
Bruh.
Yeah, I heard the game was fire though. Yeah, I heard the game was fire.
They had the Red Hood.
Yeah, no, I'm saying
They integrated that whole story into the video game though. It's cold.
Yeah, I think I watched the story mode on it.
It's cold, bro.
But I think forever, I think the animated one is probably gonna hit the hardest for me because it reminds me of the original animated series, and like you got all the original characters coming back to voice everybody, and just that whole concept of like, nigga, he killed me. And
you didn't come.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, you got to pick now.
You didn't come save me.
Now you got to pick, because it's going to be either me or him. One of us is dying tonight. So I love that. You know what I'm saying? Because Red Hood is literally one of my favorite characters. Jason Todd is my favorite Robin. So, like I said, it got serious. Even the build up to him figuring out who the Red Hood was.
I fuck with Damien.
Crazy. Yeah, Damien the Son is fire. Yeah, he fire.
That nigga be knocking shit down, boy.
He too turned.
As
I
of
mean,
right
Red
now,
Hood too, but
yeah. No, Damien was raised as an assassin, but the Red Hood actually killed niggas.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Batman had. Batman had to teach like Damien, like, bro, you gotta chill, bro.
yeah,
You
like you're gonna end up killing somebody. Nigga. I don't know how
you got
where
a
we gonna go
sword,
from here.
nigga.
Yeah.
Like, where you get this fucking
Yeah,
sword,
nigga?
nigga?
Got trained by Ra's al Ghul. And
He got the complete training though. Batman left.
yeah, he
because-
completed it. Man. He got Taya and Ra's training. Boy, it's bad. As far as the
What's
future of the
wrong
DCU,
with blood?
we got, I think his name is David Cornsweet, is the new Superman, and we only have Matt Reeves as Batman right now, which isn't technically a part of the DCU. And then we got Aaron Pierre as the Green Lantern.
That's gonna be pretty dope.
What, the Green Lantern? That's gonna be, I think that's a TV show first.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be a TV show story. So, is there any projects y'all looking forward to other than? I mean, like I said, Superman come out tomorrow. I think we all looking forward to it. Is there any other movie or any other character that you looking for? Like you would want to see a live action movie of?
Like DC or just in general?
No, we talking about DC because it's the future of the DCU. Because this is the beginning is tomorrow. When
Okay.
Superman drop, we gonna get a lot of Easter eggs, a lot of shit.
I'm curious to see what they're gonna do with Aquaman and Wonder Woman. I'm curious because don't get me wrong, Gal Gadot, she did a pretty good job at being Wonder Woman, but like they were saying, like in the comics, and to be comic book accurate, like Wonder Woman was like towering over she was damn near built like Superman, like she was taller than Batman,
Amazonian,
she was Amazonian, so like I'm curious to see who they're gonna get to be able to, because they're saying they're trying to go back to being comic book accurate, who they're gonna get or who they gonna cast to be able to play her.
Gonna be big news. When they drop Batman, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman, it's gonna be pretty great.
And that's why, and I thought Jason Momoa was perfect.
He's gonna be Lobo, so he already got cast.
I know, but I'm just saying, I thought he was perfect as Aquaman.
Me
like
too.
he looked, he was the
pick.
perfect fit. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was that blend between, like, you know what I'm saying? Like for the human side and the Atlantean side. So
I heard he gonna be Blanca too in Street Fighter.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be Blanca. Yeah.
And so that's why I just said I'm a little bit curious to see what they're gonna do for Wonder Woman and Aquaman. And I mean, me personally, for the Flash, they should have just let bruh that had from the show,
Grant Gustin.
Yeah. They should have let that. He was perfect, bruh. He like through and through was Flash.
He was fire. Yeah.
That show, I still rewatch that show till this day because of how good it was.
The best DC
that was a good ass show.
So they had the perfect Flash. So I don't know. Maybe if they are trying to double back and get bruh to see if he'll come do it. Like, I think that would be pretty dope. But I'm excited for the Green Lantern project just to kind of see how they're gonna how they gonna do that. And then I'm curious to see what they're gonna do with Cyborg too, because I thought bruh did a pretty good job at it. So I'm gonna be curious to see how they the recasting is gonna be it's very important.
Yeah,
it's very important to be able to revive the DCU and what they had, because with Henry Cavill and them having Jason Momoa as Aquaman, like, you guys had the perfect cast, and you guys kind of just fumbled it as far as like putting them together at the same time. Like, you know what I mean? So I think I'm interested in the casting of what they're gonna do.
Okay, Al.
As far as DC, I'm interested in that Clayface like horror movie.
Oh, I heard about that.
Like, I'm interested to see.
It's gonna be rated R, right?
Yeah, I think so. And to piggyback off that, I would like to see Mr. Freeze horror movie. That should be fire to me. I think Mr. Freeze.
Those are two characters you're looking forward to see the most.
Yeah.
In the DCU.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Jose.
Shit, I'll probably say Wonder Woman. That's interesting. And then the Green Lantern. Those are some.
They using the black one this time. Jon Stewart is the black Green Lantern, so they're gonna use him this time as the main.
I heard they's coming out with a black Superman too.
Yeah, I think that might have got pushed under the rug.
Yeah, I don't think that's coming out.
They might have pushed that under the rug.
Lexington Steel supposed to be playing. That's what.
Oh God, this guy.
That's what Good Honky said.
Calm down, Jose. You wilding right now.
That's what.
I believe you, but you don't know who you don't know that name you just said. You don't know who that is.
That's Chat. We're talking to Chat.
We gonna chill.
That's Chat.
Ain't
right there, right, Chat?
I'm gonna say Green Lantern because of
Jose
Aaron Pierre.
definitely know who that is.
He got it.
Oh, you talking about the Lexington? Oh no. Is he?
You said Man of Steel.
Just Google him when you get some time.
You said Man of Steel.
I'm looking forward to the Green Lantern. Whoa. And let me see.
Yo.
I guess Batman. Because I know the Matt Reeves Batman isn't a part of the DCU. It's like its own side thing. And I think we're officially finally getting the Batman Part 2, I think in 2027. But I want to see who they cast. Rumor has it that at the end of Superman, there's 2 post-credit scenes. And maybe they might mention them or he might even show up.
DC doesn't usually do that though, right?
They've been doing it. They've done it. They for sure done it. Yeah. Usually all comic book movies do it, but lately they've been kind of like maybe not. But yeah, I for sure heard. I'll know for sure tomorrow, but I definitely heard that Superman got 2 post-credit scenes. But as far as the future projects, Batman and the Green Lantern is probably the ones I'm most worried about because they get apparently Superman. They did Superman good. So I mean, if they got Superman right. The hurdle was already.
Are you excited for you being a DC fan?
Yeah, I'm excited for sure. I'm 100% excited. Like I said, I'm juiced tomorrow. To
do you as for what you've seen so far? Do you think he's Superman? Like, do you think do you think he's gonna be able to compare to Henry Cavill as Superman?
I don't know. I'll know for sure tomorrow. Like I said, I only seen the first trailer. It's like fucking 6 trailers out for this thing, and I've been avoiding that for some reason too. I don't want to see nothing else from the movie. They released way too many trailers for that. So, I don't know. Like I said, like from what I've been hearing, the headlines, I haven't watched any reviews, but all the headlines, all the ratings have been hella high. So I'm like, oh, shit, maybe bro got some. I fuck with James Gunn. You know what I'm saying? Hella tough. And so, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm excited. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. I'll have a review out for it either tomorrow night or Friday. But we can go ahead and move on.
Before we move on, Maria had a question. She said, "Do you think Drake can sell out a stadium like Kendrick did?"
Yes,
absolutely,
100%.
Yes. Absolutely,
that's an easy question.
Yeah,
I don't even think it's a doubt.
Yeah.
All right, we can move on.
All right, so I put it up in the thread. I addressed the chat earlier. I want to know everybody's top 3 actors that you will have play in your own movie. What director would you choose, and what genre of movie would you choose? So we are gonna go with Jose first.
Come back to me because I couldn't think of my director.
Okay, all right, I'll go ahead.
All right, the top 3 actors. I wrote them down, but just off the top of the dome, I definitely put. Oh yeah, okay, here we go. Robert Downey Jr., Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence. It would be a comedy, and I would have Ben Stiller directing it.
Oh, nice. Oh, hell yeah. For sure.
Oh, you just fucked me up.
That's tight. Shit. That's tight. I like that.
Yeah. Wait, what was the 3 actors again?
Robert Downey Jr., Eddie Murphy, and Martin Lawrence.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah, that should be funny as fuck.
You got stacks.
My 3 actors would be Denzel Washington, Will Ferrell, and Michael Ealy, and I want Tyler Perry to direct it.
Hell no. Hey, he just killed it. I don't care what genre it is.
That's why I didn't say no genre. Just let Tyler Perry do his thing.
Tyler Perry.
God. All right. Stacks might got it. Stacks might got the best movie.
Hold on.
Damn.
Hold on.
And it's in my notes, so I can show y'all. That's who I sat up and thought about that. I'm like, yeah, Will Ferrell, Denzel, Michael Ealy. Let Tyler Perry do his thing.
That's a hit. The internet gonna be broke in half.
Man, you fucking me up. Hold on.
Damn. All right, hold on. Let me get
Will Ferrell
That's crazy.
in a Tyler Perry movie
is probably the best thing I ever heard.
D.
That's the best thing I ever heard. That's literally the best thing I ever heard.
That's
the best thing I ever
this
heard.
This nigga Will Ferrell would be
crazy.
so hilarious. I know he wouldn't take it serious.
Yeah, no. What?
Bruh. Even if it was a serious movie.
Can you imagine Will Ferrell being the store manager? Come in here, dripping.
Bruh.
You set this up.
There's no way. Nah, yeah, I'm talking about, I'm spending the most money to go see this
budget.
movie,
I might see it. I might buy that on like DVD or something.
100%. 100%.
Like,
that's getting.
That is OD, bruh. And then I don't even remember the other two. You said Denzel and who else?
Michael Ealy.
Oh, Michael Ealy. Okay, yeah.
All right, real quick. I'm gonna go.
Kick, bro. I ain't even gonna lie.
I'm gonna go.
He catting.
Who the fuck is Mud?
I can't.
So
I don't even see it. Where is it? You said who? Where is it at? Got out.
it's the last comment.
Oh shit.
No, go all the way back down.
Oh, got it.
Hey, dude, it's above. It's right here. That one.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, this nigga naming hella porn stars and shit.
Well, you know, he all right. I don't think talking about, bro.
Nah.
All right, I'm gonna go for.
I mean, it's something to consider.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
They are actors.
They're good actors.
I'm gonna go.
Prominent.
Brad Pitt, Jonathan Majors, Mia Goth. I'm gonna go Dennis Villeneuve, and I'm gonna go sci-fi.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I'm trying to make
bro.
it hit.
Yeah,
bro.
Dennis
Like,
Villeneuve. That's a
Yeah,
yeah.
he just got the reins to 007. So after he done
Swear.
with Doom, he got 007. Yeah,
What? That's
It's
gonna be
over.
fire.
yeah, it's a wrap.
Yeah, Brad Pitt and I can see
Jonathan
that.
Majors
Jonathan
and Mia
Majors,
Goth.
Mia Goth. Yeah, Mia Goth is the one from
Earl and X.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Bro, did you see the clip? Dude, seeing running into Jonathan Majors and Megan Good.
Yes,
Bro, he's catting, bro.
bro was wild.
He was catting,
He almost
bro.
got punched out.
I hate
He was
niggas like that, bro.
Yeah.
Jonathan Majors really
Nigga-
almost crashed
he
out,
was
bro.
like, what you say? He was like, nigga, number. Yo, hold on, bro.
Bro, I will
Yeah.
beat your ass right now. You see what I
He
did?
remind me of that one dude like, I'm trying to catch that fade. hey, well, Drake, where you going, Drake?
You trying to get
Run
the
that
fight?
fade.
It's
Yeah,
real
niggas
LA
stay trying to run
nigga.
fades. I'm like, bro, this is the stupidest
Bruh,
shit.
like you gonna ask this man like in front of
You know, they looking for a moment. They looking for a moment. I
Like-
mean, it clearly works because everybody done heard about it.
yeah, it's just so I just hate niggas. Like the one thing I never do is mess with a man wife, bro. Cause I'm like you know he can't do shit. You recording it. Oh, I don't like that shit.
Yeah, hold it down, Hess. I forgot. We got moderators in there. Y'all gotta chill.
Damn, Sandy.
You see,
got-
you see Chops?
What did he say?
He
Say
said
it.
actors Martin Lawrence, John C. Reilly, and Brian Hooks with Will Ferrell directing.
Oh, that'll be
Fast,
fine.
fast. John C. Reilly, like sleeper, bro. Like low key. Like you really gotta be like into like the movies to really appreciate John C. Reilly.
Yeah, I
You
mean
feel
that's him and Will Ferrell go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
But he also been play. He played some serious. He played in like Chicago and shit. Like he played some serious
no,
roles.
he's good. He's good.
He's a good actor.
Yeah.
Brian Hooks. Who's that? Oh, is that the name from Three Strikes? I think that's the name from Three
I
Strikes.
don't know. Jose, come on, man. We ain't on you, Jose.
Man, y'all niggas was talking.
Go ahead, drop your shit.
All right. I'm gonna go with it's gonna be an action movie, bank museum type heist, and then it's gonna be directed by Hype Williams. Fuck it.
Hype Williams.
And then I
This
think I'm gonna
nigga
rock
crazy.
with Denzel, Idris Elba, dark skinned bruh Ashton Sanders from Equalizer 2, and then I'm gonna add a fourth one, man. You know, dark skinned bruh that was painting on the wall.
Oh,
I need, we need a young nigga that's gonna die. You know what I'm saying? And everybody
That's
gonna feel some
gonna
type of
die.
way about
Damn.
it. Yeah, we need him.
Okay.
And then I added a fourth one. I'm going with Damson
Idris.
That
You
boy
feel me?
cold.
Yeah, so
He
we
was hella
rocking.
fire at F1.
We rocking
real?
with
It
that.
was hella good.
Yeah.
All right. You said what's the genre you said?
It's like a action, either a bank or like a high end museum heist.
Oh, so
That's
I
what we
guess-
doing.
I guess that could be action, I guess.
Action, that's what we doing, yeah. You know,
All right, that's
Hype
not bad.
Williams hold me down with the angles. You feel me?
Yeah.
with
no,
the
Hype Williams is funny.
he got the adjust to 35 millimeter. This nigga.
I got one more question.
Oh, before we move, Sandy said hers would be movie. The movie would be Ashes of Tomorrow, a dystopian apocalypse theme.
Fire.
Director Ryan Coogler.
Fire.
Starring Michael B. Jordan, Loretta Devine, and Journey Smollett.
Journey Smoke.
Ooh, okay.
You bringing back
Okay.
you bringing back the people from Lovecraft.
Lovecraft.
Country.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right.
Hey, what's up? Can we get a name to the movies? Y'all got a
She just
name?
said-
No, I'm talking about to your
our
movies.
movie? Oh damn, that's gonna be hella hard to do on the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh,
no, that's
okay,
bad.
okay,
Yeah,
okay,
I should have
okay.
asked that because nigga, you gonna take the longest.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you
I'm gonna get your
wild.
answers first.
Yeah,
That's-
hell no, that's gonna be way too hard to do. Next time we'll do it.
My movie would be for sure goofy as fuck though.
Yeah,
man.
that'd be difficult to do.
I
Name
think
on the
mine would be
spot.
like a one word name that's like a number or something that got to do with something.
Mine would be crazy.
43.
Well, that
I think Stack's idea might be my favorite idea.
I like
I'm
that
not gonna
one.
lie.
Nah,
I'm not gonna
facts.
lie.
That's my
That
favorite
was
too.
Pretty crazy.
Will Ferrell in a Tyler Perry movie, bro.
That's hilarious, bro.
That's
You
way
already
too.
won with that.
That's way too OD,
hilarious,
bro.
I was not even thinking like
That's-
that. I was so
yeah.
out of
Yeah.
left field.
Will
I don't
Ferrell
know.
being somebody's stepdaddy.
But and you got to think about, you got to sprinkle in Denzel and Michael. Michael Ealy for surely gonna be the villain.
Denzel gonna be hot. Like, how the fuck? God damn, Denzel gonna have to play a crazy character. No way. He might play ball. He might have
hands
hella
off of her.
I've never
have hella
like,
fun.
but
Hands
like
off
I've
her.
never seen like Denzel interact with like a funny nigga too. Like that should be an interesting dynamic. Like
That's
you
what
feel me?
I was just thinking off the wall.
Yeah, like it'd be like in the Tyler Perry movie too. Cause I don't think Will Ferrell would be like intentionally funny, but since it's Will Ferrell and it's a Tyler Perry movie, like we're
I
going
think
to
he's
be
gonna
dying.
he's gonna take advantage of that.
Yes.
You're thinking he's gonna be intentionally funny, but he's gonna Will Ferrell comedic genius is on another level, bro. Just the fact that Tyler Perry called him, he gonna be like, "Yep, I don't care what it is, I'm doing it. Just give me the script and I take it from there. Just as long as I
Yeah.
can improvise my
Nah,
line.
you guys,
It's bad.
I would love to see that.
That would be
crazy.
insane. Stacks won. if this was a
Facts.
contest, I wasn't even looking at it like that. But I'm definitely gonna go see
I'm
his
in
movie
it.
first.
For
I'm
sure.
going to go see his
If we
movie
had
first.
all the movies lined up, I'm going to go see that Tyler Perry
Yeah,
joint.
that's bad. You drop that on
sure.
Netflix or you drop that on theaters, bro.
For
Yeah,
sure, nigga.
man. With them names, it would have to be in the theaters, but
Yeah, you gonna make a killing. Yeah, you gonna
Michael
make a
Michael
killing.
Ealy from Barbershop.
Yeah.
The nigga with the
green
braid.
eyes, bro.
You imagine him playing that character.
Oh my god.
I wanted to jump in during somebody's saying like Good Will Hunting. What? That's literally the plot from Good Will Hunting.
I got it. It'll be crazy. The genre don't even matter.
it don't
'Cause
even matter.
If it's a heist,
Oh, man.
if it's a romantic comedy, if it's a drama, everything is going to hit.
Hey, but imagine my idea and you put in Will Ferrell. That'll just turn everything upside down, bro.
Yeah,
It just
he's
turn
turning
everything
everybody's movie upside down.
Yeah, it's
Bruh.
just
There's
completely
not
different.
one movie we mentioned.
The other
Al,
guys.
he might fit more in Al's movie because it's a straight up comedy. It
Yeah.
might just fit a little bit better.
Yeah.
But this was so random with Denzel and Michael Ealy and Tyler Perry. All these
Ferrell.
niggas.
Tyler-
Will Ferrell.
Tyler Perry is a key to that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, cause Tyler Perry with Will Ferrell, bro, is
It's a wrap.
it should like almost like make your brain explode thinking about it. Like, bro,
Even with
how would
Denzel
that?
and Will, if you got told Will Ferrell and Denzel gonna be in a movie, no director, no genre, you just know what's about to happen, niggas gonna be like, bro,
What the
scouring the internet, like, what is happening?
What the fuck?
What is this
Yeah.
about to be?
Because you know why? We see Michael Ealy in comedy. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Right.
Think Like a
Drama,
Man or
whatever,
whatever.
yeah,
We see
yeah.
him in different things.
Barbershop.
But you just Barbershop. You just ain't seen Denzel
In a comedy.
in just a comedy with certain niggas with a Will Ferrell, bro. Come on,
Oh
bro.
my
That's
I mean, I've
He's
never
so
seen him in
serious.
any comedy.
Yeah,
He's so serious.
Or just anybody that I could even think of
I
that
can't think of anything.
would be in a comedy movie that has been in a movie with him. Like,
No, he's never. I don't think
nobody,
he's
bro.
never been in a comedy.
Yeah, but even like,
but even a comedian that
yeah,
was
he
being
never,
serious.
He never did.
I
He
think
never
the-
worked with Eddie Murphy. He never worked with Martin.
Right.
The closest thing would probably be Remember the Titans. Because
he didn't work with anybody that's a comedian. In
That
there,
was
you
a
know?
fun, probably the
the
funniest
That-
movie.
that's what I
Yeah,
mean.
that was
That's
the closest thing.
That's
Maybe-
what I mean by that.
There were characters in that movie that were in other things that were like funny, right? But like,
Okay.
I think that would be the closest thing as far as you want to play the 6 degrees of separation shit. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
I guess.
But like, other than
Yeah.
that, I
Like
can't
bro
think
from
of nothing else.
Clueless, he was
Yeah.
like, he's technically a comedian.
If you wanted to just reach for something, you know what I'm saying? That's the closest thing I would think. But like,
Yeah, off the top of the dome, like yeah, I can't. Like that's why it would be so great.
Snoop, nigga, maybe he's Snoop.
Nah,
Training Day.
Training Day, yeah,
I
Training
mean,
Day.
I
if
guess.
you wanted to reach for the
yeah, I don't look at
something.
Snoop as a comedic actor, but
Nah,
he's
yeah.
not a great actor though.
no. But he's
I
been,
think
he's
it's
been in some
comedic
funny
how
shit.
bad he
Yeah,
is.
thanks, you did that. That was fire. Not bad.
That was
All
great.
right. My next question is,
Wait, what about what Sandy just said?
what you say?
Will Ferrell with Cat Williams.
That's kind of like
That's
that's
Tyler Perry.
but
But
that's-
Tyler Perry directing.
that almost would be like Get Hard.
But that dynamic. That dynamic.
That would almost
sound
that would
crazy.
almost be like
It
Get
might
Hard
be,
with.
It'll probably
Yeah.
be funnier
Get
than
Hard.
Get Hard, but it's the same concept.
It would be almost
It's
kind of the
it's
same
not too
thing,
crazy,
bruh.
but Will Ferrell, hella tall, big white boy, hella funny, and a small African American comedian. So yeah, it is still kind of hit the same. But I think Cat Williams would be funnier.
I agree.
All right, we got one more question for you guys. I want to see. This is all personal, so it can be you know what I'm saying, just personal, not worldwide. But I want to know the top 3 most meaningful movies to you. So I'll go first. I have a Star Wars. I have Star Wars: A New Hope, To Kill a Mockingbird.
What?
Yeah, you gonna have to. I'm going off the wall with it.
Okay.
This is like I said. These changed my life, and Life is Beautiful. To Kill a Mockingbird is based off a book and like a stage play, but it got made into a movie. I think it might be black and white, but the story behind it is fire, bro.
Yeah, I read that book in high school.
To Kill a Mockingbird.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for real?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I love that. I love that. I love that movie. Everything about it, even like the time it was set in, everything. It's
Back when they could say nigga. No.
Yeah, that's true. And Life is Beautiful. I love this concept because my dad showed it to me, and it's about a family, more so about a father and a son, and it's during the Nazis. It's during the when they take the Holocaust or whatever.
Yeah.
And the dad and the son is obviously a Jew, but the dad is making
Obviously
he's making the situation into a joke. Right. But he's making the situation into a joke. So to his kid, it's all a game. So he has to act a certain way, and like he's hella funny, but it's all serious. Everything around him is serious, but he's pretending that it's a game, so his kid doesn't see the trauma that's really happening. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's pretending that them getting captured, and it's like, oh, it's all part of this big game we're about to play. And so his kid the whole time like, oh, this is just a game. It's nothing. None of this is real. So I like that concept is crazy, and it's a good movie, but it's also really sad. But it changed my way of how movies can make you feel and how things can be depicted. You know what I'm saying? Or just how crazy of a range a movie can go in. Like I never would consider a movie like that even being made.
nice.
I get that.
What you guys text?
Well, I got one like yours. It was Star Wars. I used to watch that with my grandpa a lot. That was like he introduced me to Star Wars. That was like every time I went to his house, that's what we would watch was Star Wars. So that I grew up watching that. So that to me kind of changed the game, like sci-fi wise, as far as like
Facts.
stuff can do. And then for my second one, it was Enter the Dragon with Bruce Lee. My other grandpa, he got me on the karate movies and the kung fu movies. That changed my whole life. Is because I fuck with anything kung fu, martial arts movies to this day. I still like I will sit there and binge watch all of it. And then my last one was The Wood. I grew up on Idlewood, so when I seen they had a movie called The Wood, even though it was about Inglewood, that shit still just hit home for me because like we did some cat shit like that growing up and being in school and stuff like that. And I thought it was always dope that people grew up with childhood friends into adults. Like, you know, not a lot of people get to experience that we have because like I said, some of us known each other 20 plus years, damn near our whole life. So it's like that shit was pretty dope.
I like that.
Yep.
What you guys say?
Mine's were one of them is The Wood. Honestly, because I think I got a whole bunch of them, but if I just had to pick 3 of meaningful ones, one of them is The Wood because a lot of these movies, they remind me of moments of time. So it remind me of that summer. We watched The Wood constantly, you know what I'm saying? And that was just like overall just a good time, you know what I'm saying? Same thing with Step Brothers. That was like just a moment in time, you know what I'm saying? And it was just when those movies come up, how it makes me feel, and it kind of goes back to that time. You know what I'm saying? It's just you kind of think about like those memories. You know what I'm saying? It's like nostalgic. And then 3 was Coming to America. I always bring it up because it's just my favorite. You know what I'm saying? And I loved it as a kid, and I still love it as an adult. You know what I'm saying? So that's just always rock with me. But this, man, it's way more. But this is the 3 that I tried
lock
in with.
Narrowing it down to 3 is a little difficult. I think we kind of got like at least 10 at the very least.
Surely.
For sure.
10 plus.
For sure.
Because it was some movies I had to like not say like let me pick some other ones because some of them are obvious for me.
Same.
You know what I'm saying? There's clearly ones I could have obviously picked. I'm like, but you know what? Let me reach inside the bag and like I said, there's so many of them. Let me just get some other ones that really was impactful for me.
Yeah.
Nice pick though.
Yeah.
You got Al.
I got The Wood. For
That's
sure,
crazy.
number one.
That's what's up.
It's a great movie, bro.
Yeah.
It's a feel good movie. You know what I mean? For me, it's more about like, cause obviously living in Oakland and shit. You people got these like these like about Oakland, they got like
preconceived.
preconceived notions
connotations.
about like what it's like growing up in Oakland is dangerous, blah blah blah, and a lot of that shit goes on in Inglewood too. Like people think and you think of gangs and shit, but that kind of shows like that you could be a regular person. You feel me? Growing up in Oakland and growing up into these neighborhoods where you're gonna run into some niggas that you feel me that's with the shit. You feel me? But yeah, it's regular kids that grow up in these neighborhoods too. It's the first movie I seen that had showed LA in that light.
I like
so
that.
where it was like, nah, it's regular people here too. Like you feel me? Like niggas just growing up being cool. You feel me? So I love The Wood for that. You feel me? Just a feel good movie. You feel me? They all grew up and nobody, you feel me, died or you feel me? It just was feel good. You feel me? There's a couple like parts where niggas was getting jumped, but even that turned into something good. You feel me? So I just love that movie for that. Happy Gilmore, bro. I love this for the same reason, bro. Like not for the exact same reason, but it's just a feel good movie. Like you feel me? It's a guy down on his luck, you know what I mean, and he fucking find a skill that allows him to basically take care of his grandma. You feel me? All for the love. You feel me? For the love of his grandma and shit, and it was hilarious to me. Like you feel me? Every part of that movie was so funny to me. Adam Sandler killed it. And then last but not least, Tropic Thunder.
Oh yeah, nice.
That movie is so funny, bro. Yeah. And I brought up Robert Downey Jr. earlier and Ben Stiller because like that shit, that movie, like even though it was blackface and all that shit, bro, it definitely shed a light on how Hollywood like treats people, like you know what I mean, and like how it operates. You feel me? How actually the film industry is. You know what I mean? It kind of remind me how Will Ferrell do his movies, like The Campaign. It's like it's satire, but it's definitely like some real life shit.
It's based in realism. Yeah, for sure. 100%.
You feel me? And then like Robert Downey Jr. probably one of my favorite characters in movie history, bro. In that movie.
Yeah. That movie in general was hella funny.
Yeah, like just like even like the fucking behind the scenes shit, like where he was like getting in the character and shit. And then like just
so many deleted scenes, like but that really worked.
The character was it was so good. It's just such a good character.
That was some good picks, y'all.
No, I think it's funny because even with the Tropic Thunder thing, that's one of the movies that like it almost feels like it's hard to say perfect, but man, that one felt like it to me, like to a point, man, because even the opening, the trailers, you know what I'm saying, and how like the little shit, the little details, the Robert Downey shit, like you know what I'm saying, and that's how I felt about Dark Knight. You know what I'm saying? When I first seen Dark Knight, I'm just like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? It just made me look at everything completely different, and I don't know if I had ever seen it like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, God damn, this is crazy. And to me, that's one of those movies that felt just like perfect. You know what I mean? And if it wasn't perfect, it was perfect for me and like just super appealing. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I felt watching, Tropic Thunder. That's how I feel watching fucking other guys too. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I feel like Step Brothers had a bigger impact, but I feel like those movies were better though. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I feel like the Step Brothers, I'm gonna always be loyal to it just because of what it is. You know what I mean?
It was more direct.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Have you ever tried to explain Tropic Thunder to somebody?
Nah.
I challenge you. I challenge you to explain Tropic Thunder before they watch the movie that never seen the movie. It is one of the most difficult things to do because I found my son was just out here, and I was like, we need to watch this movie. And I'm trying to explain to him the trailers in the beginning, like what this is. It was so hard. It was so confusing. I'm like, wait, how am I don't think I'm explaining this to you right, because if you don't understand what's happening right now, it's gonna be really hard for you to grasp the comedy.
And you wanted to appeal to him, so you want to explain it a certain way.
But it's very, like I said, I challenge you to find somebody who's never seen Tropic Thunder and explain that part, especially the beginning. Like explain what the movie is. It's so hard to explain a movie within a movie being made and characters that are actors that are playing actors inside of a movie that's not a real movie that's based off of. It gets insane trying to explain this shit, bro.
But and it's funny because I feel like it would almost like, I feel like the only time I would get into that situation is if I knew somebody that would appreciate me even explaining the trailer and all the little details of it. But I would also think that that person has to have seen this before, right? And it would be like rare that this person will be into this type of comedy but hasn't seen that. So I would think if I was to be in that situation, it might be somebody that's like younger, you know what I'm saying, like in their teens or early 20s and shit like that. Yeah, but it's not. But
the question they asked was like, I mean, it's valid questions, but I'm like, it's so hard to kind of even explain because a lot of kids around that age has never seen what they don't even understand what satire really is.
Right.
So this being an introduction to that is difficult. You know what I'm saying? That's super difficult. Like, wait, what's happening? Like, so it's a movie about a book. I'm like, man, it's so hard to explain it, bro. Cause I'm like, now I'm taking the fun out of it now. So maybe I should just let you watch it or whatever. But at the same time, it'd be funnier if you understood what is happening. Yeah. But I only found that out recently because, like I said, I love the movie too. Yeah. And I never really saw myself explaining it until recently. I'm like, oh, this is extremely hard to explain to somebody who doesn't understand this certain genre of comedy.
Because also too, like even I would feel like if I'm showing, it's like when you're showing somebody a movie and you want them, you're anticipating them to see certain parts, but that's when they start talking, they start looking at their phone, they start doing other shit, and you like, hey, what fucking, you go back a couple notches, and you like, you missing the fucking detail, the look he had on his face when he looked to the side and shit. So it's like it's tough, so man. Yeah, because you gotta want somebody that's gonna appreciate
pet peeve for me. When somebody asks me a question and instead of just watching and asking the question, they have to look at me directly. I'm like, you can ask me the same question, but don't look at me and ask me the question. I'm showing you something. Like
that was the
worst times like, to ask the damn question.
Kind of like it came out in the time before, like, you know, all this smartphone shit. So we was more able to kind of.
But we were also watching movies that were kind of like this too. It wasn't our first introduction to this type of satire. Like we've seen shit like this.
But I see what Al's saying though, because it's like the attention span is completely different. So we can sit there and watch. You know what I'm saying? A show or a movie for an extended period of time and have the ability to not have to just, you know what I'm saying? Because we can lock in, but it's hard for the younger generation to be able to even lock in to even see the details that we want them to see. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's tough, man. But there's people it's our people too though. Like even our generation's like that too.
I never watched a movie and asked a question. It's crazy. Like I mean, and if I did, I'm not looking away from the screen. It's very rare for me to ask you a question that I know the movie's gonna answer.
But but
that's crazy to me.
That the exact same. But what happens to me is the opposite. Is let me watch it. And you almost like narrating it for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, watch this part. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, okay, so I know something about to happen. Because I was already watching it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I feel like the opposite happens because it's like, I don't have that problem. You want me to watch something and I'm actually wanting to watch it, I'm going to just sit there and listen to the detail. Yeah. And a lot of times, if, like, for example, Chanel may have seen this movie in the theater with her mom, for example, right? And she'd be like, I hella want you to see it. We watch it. A lot of times what's happening is I'm peeping game so much to the point to where I'm asking questions about certain details, and she didn't even peep it the first time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it take for me to watch it or us to watch it together as a team to be like, oh shit, okay, you know what I mean? But in my mind, I'm like, this is hella, you know what I mean? Straight to the point. But it's just, what was you doing? Was you coming in late? Was you talking about the popcorn?
Oh,
was you getting situated in the theater? You know, okay. But yeah,
facts. Yeah. Sandy says some of my favorite movies stood the test of time due to the soundtrack. Like Love Jones and Waiting to Exhale.
Waiting to Exhale was you funky bit. You throwing them big ass lemons or grapefruit.
It is the soundtrack or whatever, or the score for a movie can really push it over for you too. Like like it's to this day you can hear a score from a movie or even a song that got debuted with a soundtrack that when you hear it, it immediately takes you back to that movie. Or you know exactly where this score is from. Like, oh, that's Rich Cloud movie. Oh, that's this movie. That's that movie. Because it hit so hard. That's why we got, like, famous people that score movies. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know these people's names because of only what tones they made for a movie, which is crazy.
And we don't get that a lot, you know, these days. You know what I'm saying? Even with the fucking the Seal song to Batman or to the fucking Michael Jackson song to Free Willy, you know what I'm saying? And then like shit like that, Bad Boys 2 soundtrack, you know what I'm saying? Like, man,
That Diddy
hits that stand the test of time. That it's like you're not even. It don't even gotta be. Yeah, you don't even gotta be involved with the fucking movie. They're just straight hits. You know what I'm saying? So you don't get that these
Will
days.
Smith was pretty good at that.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, the two that come to mind is the Wild Wild West and the Men in Black.
Yep.
He redid these other songs and recreated, and it were hits.
The Wild Wild West going straight. That was a hit, boy.
That was crazy. You know what I'm saying? But he was kind of like the master. Like sometimes things that just take it over the top. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I think sometimes the songs might be more iconic, or it is a nice compliment. I remember he dropped the Men in Black video. It was a whole video separate from the movie, but it was the theme of Men in Black.
Come on,
and it was so fire.
But it was easier for him because that's his shit, and he do both. You know what I'm saying? So you get it in, man. It's that's why it was like the cheat code. You know what I'm saying? If he was able to do that shit, it's man, that's a good time, man. It was a good.
It's definitely
good old days, man.
We don't get it. They don't get it like they used to. You know what I'm saying? It don't happen like it used to.
Nah,
that's funny because of that movie I brought up earlier with the K-pop Demon Hunters. Disney has been trying to make new movies and even recreate some movies, right? And the movies that they're remaking are classic hits from the songs and everything. And they even tried to redo these songs and kind of modernize it. It don't work. Same with like a Pixar or something. They'll try to create new IPs and the songs. Like you're never going to get another Lion King.
Right.
Or Aladdin. Like you can remember so many different songs in these franchises, and like Mulan, like it's just crazy like how much they stand out. I haven't heard or seen that until this K-pop Demon Hunter song. Like I'm like, damn, it's been a minute since I saw a movie that was good, but every time they break into a musical number, it's very likable and it's very catchy. I know it has happened, but as of right now, that's the most recent. But I know Disney hasn't been able to do it for a long time.
Do you know who the
that's one of the reasons why
producer is? Like, who's the executive, music producer?
The music, I don't know. I know they're actual. So when it comes to the songs, they're actual K-pop artists that make that write the songs. But like then you got the people that sing the songs. You got the person that voices the character.
Oh, okay.
So you know. But other than that, I've heard that the person who voices the main singer wrote all the songs. And I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Because the songs is bangers.
That's
you know
what's
what I'm saying? But I guess it's just crazy that back in the day we got that in droves. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy going from like a Lion King to an Aladdin. Like, damn, all these songs just hitting, bro. Like
Hercules.
A Goofy movie?
Yeah. What? Oh my God. Tevin Campbell, that's crazy.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, dog. It's OD.
It's different.
It's so hard. Yeah, you will hear about it, obviously. Like I'm talking to you right now about K-pop. I ain't never talked to you about a new Disney movie or a new Pixar movie that was like, bro, you ain't seen this because they got this music? Nah. But it's very rare, you know what I'm saying? So
it's there though, man. Like I feel like it's there for the taking, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just like with the summertime. You know what I'm saying? Like it's there for the taking. It's a wide open space for everybody to drop music. There's a wide open space for that shit to happen, and I feel like it'll hit. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, man. You go back to the old formulas with different things, man. That shit'll hit, man. You know, and you see people starting to do it. You know, but I think people are going about it the wrong way. You know, they're trying to just emulate a whole idea rather than emulate like the formula for an idea. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so that's why I appreciate when people go old school with, you know, the formula.
You know, for sure. Like I said, usually if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right.
Make a different story for sure. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Because sometimes you try to do something new and you completely miss the ball. But if there's a certain formula there that you can use and utilize, every now and then you can try something different with a sequel or something like that. But
statistics show that they may not make enough money when they pay attention to this detail, or maybe people don't trip off it like that, like we would, right? You know what I mean? Like we might appreciate that, but maybe they realize after time that shit, the album, the soundtrack don't sell, so why fucking put money into it, right? So then that takes away from the people that appreciate that shit, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's a lot of cutting corners and saving money. Why not just go all in?
Yeah, for sure. You know? If you go all in, if it's good, you gonna make your money back.
Exactly.
Yeah, put your trust in your product.
Exactly. But how much do you believe in your product, and how much do you really love this shit?
Oh yeah, niggas.
You know what I'm saying?
Niggas be looking at them numbers, bro. Fucking themselves up.
And that's what's going on even with rappers, with music. You know what I'm saying? That's why we talked about Wayne. Wayne gonna always have them bars, but there's people that like Lil Baby. Like, it sounds cool. Like, I wasn't always rapping. They told me I should rap, right? And now, whereas, you know what I'm saying? You drop some lackluster album, and now where you really at right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, certain people going to stand the test of time. You know what I'm saying? You got to take a sacrifice, but at the end of the day, that's why certain people are still around. That's why Wayne is still rapping. That's why Wayne's going to always have bars, because he raps.
Yeah.
He's always done that. You know?
All right.
But yeah.
That was a good little discussion, man. Appreciate everybody's take on that. I'll try to have more movie questions in the future, because we always end up having kind of like good takes and good discussions around it. Everybody kind of came up with something different as far as the 3 actors and the 3 movies, even though y'all all had the wood, which was pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I can definitely relate to that, because, I mean, there was a point in time we had to have the summer on lock, and niggas had to watch that at least once or twice a day just to, you know, get through the day.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Step Brothers was on my list at first, and then I was just like, all right, I had to really, I'm like, because Step Brothers was one of the first movies that came to my mind, because like you said, that had me in a place and time that I was just like, during summer, I was chilling, like I was having a good ass time, and like we just was like, let's go to the movies, and that movie was out, and it was a good time.
I think I can relate to that definitely, because it's like that's during a time where it's like during that era where it's like you not too young to not do shit, but you was old enough to do shit, but at the same time, like it wasn't like hella responsibility. Yep. It wasn't hella stress. It wasn't like, you know what I'm saying, to where you had to do certain shit. It's kind of like you could freelance, do your thing, and it's like, what do I want to watch? This. And this is what we was doing. So it reminds me of that time. You know what I mean? All the responsibilities, all the shit that we got to deal with, you know, these days.
Made sure we watched,
you know what I'm saying? That was like the thing. And it just brings you back to that. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like, all right, you know what I mean? It's almost like just thinking of a memory of, you know, a loved one, a lost one, or just even just fucking remember that time we went on the fucking hike, like shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It just brings you back.
That's a great way to emphasize the meaningful. You know what I'm saying? That's why I really wanted to ask the question. I didn't want to necessarily. That's why I had to make the distinction, like not meaningful to like everybody, but just to you personally, to something that kind of like, you know, when you do watch it, when you do see it, it's like, damn, man, it put you in that place or whatever. Yeah. So what's up, Q?
Or Q in this thing.
2 tickets to the Late Show.
Nah, cause like it's like I said, like I knew it would be a lot of crossover. You know what I'm saying? And I thought I could think about it even deeper. And like we said, come up with 10 of them. You know, for 10 different reasons. You know what I'm saying? Because it could be, you know, fucking Wedding Crashers, or it could be the first fucking movie that you saw with your significant other in the movie theater and shit. Like it could be so many different.
We got my bad. We got a super chat from Sandy.
Yeah.
Let's get it in.
Shout out to Sandy.
And shout out again, cause I know it's late where you at. So let's get this question.
For sure.
With you all watching so many movies, how often are you surprised by a plot, or do you find most movies to be predictable? Ooh. That is a very, very good question. And every now and then we kind of touch on it, depending on. I know I do, because I do a lot of the movie reviews or whatever. So you'll probably see it on my movie reviews. But I'll say this: watching so many movies, yes, some things are telegraphed in a way where you can see it coming a mile away. And usually those are the movies that don't really do the best or get the best ratings. But there are some movies who could telegraph something, but use that and flip it, and then make you appreciate the movie much better. I think that's what the movie F1 just did. It was a lot of predictable things that happened in that movie, but the way they went about the outcome was unpredictable. Like I said, for example, you got somebody who's an old school person, but he's good at this thing, and he's going to come in and show the new youngsters how to do it. You obviously going to think he's going to be successful at showing them how to do this new thing or whatever, how he used to do it back in the day. But to see him fail was very refreshing. Like, oh, okay, you're not just about to come in here and stun on everybody. So every now and then you will get those movies. And I feel like the best movies are unpredictable. Like I said, they might use some classic tropes, but then the trick is to like reel somebody in with that trope, and then subvert expectation and do something completely different, and just like it's mind blowing. Like I know a great example recently was Split. Nobody went into Split knowing that it was a sequel to a movie called Unbreakable. Nobody knew that, but at the very end, you got just a couple of words in one cameo that showed you like, oh, this is a part 2 to this movie, blew up the internet, blew my mind. The movie was already good, but then you do something like that, you can take your movie over the top. So crazy. But yeah, go ahead, y'all. What y'all think?
I mean, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I mean, for me personally, like, I think for the most part, most movies I watch are predictable for different reasons. And it'd be like small reasons that end up working out that I might like whisper to Chanel real quick, like peep this dude. Why this dude look a little bit different? He look more put together. I think he gonna last a little longer at the end. Like the movie, for example, the show Dexter. You know what I'm saying? It was trying to figure out who the killer was. You know what I'm saying? And I remember watching this doctor, and I'm like, damn, his lines seem like he got more lines. And it's just small shit that I can watch this, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, he's probably the nigga, you know what I'm saying? And he ended up being him, and he ended up lasting longer. He just looked different, how he was put together. It looked like he had different type of makeup than the extras, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like sometimes it could be something as like ridiculous as that, or sometimes it's like, I've seen this plot before. So I think for me, when it is unpredictable, for the most part, I would think that they're doing too much to be different. But it is refreshing when you do have that surprise, like what you just said, when you realize something at the end, it's like, oh, okay, that's related to that, right? Okay. But then I just don't like when movies try to be too unpredictable, too different. So like, and I think with me, it doesn't turn me off from a movie that's like really, you know, you can kind of predict what's gonna happen, you know, even if you kind of can't, you can see 3 different ways it could go, and you know you're gonna be. I feel like you're gonna be right with one of those ways. Mm-hmm. And I say this all the time too. For me, it comes down to just the execution and the quality of it, and that's the reason why I would appreciate a soundtrack more and other things more, because like even if I know what the fuck is gonna happen probably at the end of this movie, because I feel like only so many things can happen. We've seen every scenario damn near in the book, right, for the most part. So it's like, I just want to come down just to see, like, am I going to enjoy the ride? You know what I'm saying? That's more so like where I'm at now with it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care about being surprised and shit like that, because I feel like I've seen so many different type of endings, man. I just want to just be entertained, and then like y'all bring me on a ride, and I know how it's going to end, and if it ends cool, I'm cool with it. And you know what I mean? And that's really cool. Where I'm at with it. Like, you know, so I'm not really tripping off movies being predictable.
I will say one more thing too: certain characters being cast. When you get a typecast, when you know, oh, this character usually plays a bad guy,
right,
and that character ends up being a bad guy,
right,
that can take away from the experience too.
Yeah,
because there is a particular person who isn't super well known in the movie F1. I'm gonna bring it back to that because I just seen that recently. But when I saw that character, I'm like, I saw that character in this TV show, and he was like a dick, like, you know what I'm saying? But he's not being portrayed as that.
Right. And
it turns out that at the end, I'm like, oh, this was the person that was catting off the whole time.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Which would make sense because you would see a certain actor or actress playing a specific type of role that kind of suits them more.
Yeah.
So when you see them not doing that, when you see like a Will Ferrell in a serious ass movie, you like, nah, this gonna flip somehow, some way. It got to. You know what I'm saying? You know, and sometimes when it doesn't, it throws you off. You know what I'm saying? But 9
times out of 10. That typecast is gonna play that typecast.
Ends up flipping, It's just different.
I think for the most part, every movie, you know, tries to be unique in its own way. The movie format is pretty, you know, standard. You know what I mean? Everybody has a begin, you know, the 3-act thing where, you know, you try to get 3 acts and basically tell 3 separate stories and then make them come full circle at the end. I think for me, a lot of movies are predictable, but only to a certain extent. Like there's nuances in every movie. You know what I'm saying? But like then you get into like the Marvel movies where a lot of the times the fans want the movie to be as close to the source material as possible. So those movies can be predictable, but it's by design. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So those type of movies are predictable, but it's not a bad thing. Then you got movies who are more, you know, like unique, or the director he rated or whatever, and it's his own idea. It's his own idea. Those movies, I try to stay away from the trailers so I could get as least amount of knowledge as possible. But as far as the format of the movie, yes, the movie is predictable, but like the writing of the movie is where, for me, I tried the uniqueness comes in. You know what I mean?
How you do it?
Yeah, how you do it.
It's funny because I think I see what you're saying too. Because I more so looked at it from like a overall standpoint as far as like the ending. You know what I'm saying? So I see what you're saying as far as like the individual nuances of like the writing and the details in between. I can see that part because that's like your style of the writer or the director or whatever. But I think I'm more so looking at it from like the ending of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I'm looking like, you know, either the nigga gonna get the girl, or he not. And I think either like if he does
survive or die.
Yeah, and if he doesn't get the girl,
right.
and if he doesn't get the girl, I actually kind of like when he doesn't get the girl at the end, or like the killer does get away at the end because it's just different, right? You know what I mean? That's like I appreciate that. But at the end of the day, if you're watching a movie and it's a rom-com or something, you know he gonna end up getting the girl. I just want to see how he gets the girl. You know what I mean? Like, is it gonna be corny? Is it gonna be a good ride? Is it gonna be funny? You know what I'm saying? At that point, and then that's where I think it comes in with the individualism of the actual like writer or director, like their style of it. But I just think that the end goal of it is the predictable part for me. I would say, like, you know,
I would say a good example for me would be the I think it's Infinity War. I think that's the one where Thanos snaps and he wins. The bad guy wins. A lot of people die, so he gets away. Everything unpredictable. Really didn't see that coming. Didn't think they would do that, especially with so many prominent characters, right? So kind of like, wait, we going to end it right here too? Not only did he do, so we're not gonna get no type of get back. It's over. Damn. Okay, I fuck with that.
Yeah.
And then you have like an M. Night Shyamalan. He has a movie where after Split he did Glass. He brought all the characters back together. Unpredictable. Did not see him killing the main superhero at the end of the movie. The main hero at the end of the movie. How he did it, trash. Like, it was unpredictable.
But
how you get here, it still matters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you said earlier, like a try hard. You're trying too hard to be different. It's to the detriment of your movie. Yeah. So I'm like, it can be a double-edged sword sometimes. Yeah. Because don't get me wrong, watching a lot of movies, you will come across something that's gonna be like, oh, I did not see that coming. You know what I'm saying? That was a very nice surprise. Right. This is not your typical formula for a movie because it happens unconventionally because it's made that way. Yeah. Another great one is Memento, and the way that movie is made is made backwards or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's certain movies where they go out of the way to shoot something a certain way where it's like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? Then maybe people later on will start to develop that same type of style, but seeing that for the first time, like, this has never been done before. Like,
that's why I like that one shot. I forgot what movie that was, but when everything was one shot.
It's a few movies that do it.
What was the one that I just saw where you could tell it was a drone the whole time? That was just
that was the TV show. That was that one TV show.
Like, so like that was different.
One shots do exist. You know what I'm saying? There's movies that have it. I think Dunkirk, another Christopher Nolan movie, was a one shot film, but it has a uniqueness to it. Yeah. It's harder to do. It's not that many out there, but you know what I'm saying. It gives that extra little splash of niceness. You know what I'm saying? It's
different.
Yeah.
Even like that one movie with your boy with the mask. You know what I'm saying? With that movie.
Oh, Creep. Yeah, that's a different type of movie.
Oh, that was different. Shit,
yeah, it's
boy.
different. Yeah, fuck with that. What you think, Stacks? How you feel about it?
No, I agree. Like basically, like what Al was saying, like the formula to a movie is pretty standard. It's on how the movie is written. Like you can have a movie like Inception that'll just throw you for a fucking loop when you watching certain shit. You like, wait a minute, how the fuck did they just? Yeah. Or you got the one movie what's that movie we all said was hella funny where bro took his daughter to the concert and he was the bad guy?
Oh god.
Like Trap, you can have something that's so fucking predictable, like you know everything that's about to fucking happen before it fucking happens. Or like I think is it called Crash? Is that the movie where everybody is basically, it's almost like a Pulp Fiction where it's multiple different stories, but they all tie in together where it's like you kind of be like, okay, this could happen, but then something else happens. You're like, oh, and then later on it makes sense as to why that meshed with the story. So like, after watching so many movies, especially with us being in Fry class, like we were like taught to pay attention to certain algorithms and shit in movies to be able to figure out how to break it down and be like, oh yeah, I can see what's gonna happen. But then like to be able to look at it through that lens, but to still be able to enjoy the movie because you see how the director or how the producer might have barred some shit in there to where you like, I get why this movie is so good now. But yeah, no, I mean, don't get like you guys are saying, depending on the movie, it's cool to be predictable because that's how the story was written. But then sometimes people do too much and you're just like, nah, y'all completely cat it off. I get it. Like,
I think that's where like biopics come in. It's like we already know how the movie ends. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think like you said, the direction of the movie and how it's shot and the soundtrack, all that's
stories you choose to tell, because the biopic, it's a lot of different. You can't fit everything,
right?
But what are you going to choose to put in there, and how are you going to tell that particular story?
Right.
Ray is one of my favorites. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
it's a good movie. Yeah. We know how it's going to end because we know the actual story. You know what I'm saying? But
that's a good point, because movies like that, it kind of put you in that time, in that era, where you can see it differently, so you might have a better appreciation for what they're talking about in that film. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's written or directed well. Ray made me go crazy, you feel me, as far as music and Ray Charles or whatever, and even the fact that how good of an actor Jamie Foxx is. I'm like, oh shit, wait a minute, Jamie is that boy. But this whole era of music and what they were doing with their money is just crazy. Same with the Temptations, kind of also.
Temptations, Dream Girls.
That shit happened to me. Like, I can't think off the top of my head, but there are times where like I watch movies, actor, actress, it don't matter. Like, and when I'm watching something when I'm watching a performance where, bro, they could be having a conversation in a fucking diner, bro. But like, if I'm looking at, I literally will sit there and be like, hey man, the lighting on this is crazy. Like, you see these colors in here, like they look pretty clean. Or like, I'll be like, she's killing it right now. Like, and she could just be having regular dialogue, but it just don't sound fake. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's where I like, Fry like hooked us up, but I feel like he almost fucked us up, because like, I be looking at so many different things, you know what I'm saying? To the point to where like, it don't ruin my experience, but like, for example, like Chanel thinks it ruins my experience.
You're analyzing it too much.
And I'm analyzing it, but like I don't analyze it to create my opinion at that time. I'm just saying like, hey, that's the nigga that sold the coffee at the counter. The acting was ridiculous, but it don't bother me because I'm pretty sure we're not gonna see this nigga again for the rest of the movie, right? So it's just like, it's little shit here and there. Where I'll be like, you know, the lighting of it, or like even like I said, the fucking doctor, like everybody sounds a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? Imagine how we sound being on the pod for this long, right? And then somebody else comes in here and like their voice gonna sound a little off, maybe a little low. They may not even know how loud to even get, right? And you watch these extras in these shows and they come off like that, and you say sound like that. They don't even look like they was stick. They don't even have that look, right? And then when I see this doctor and the way he's like, he's speaking, he's like hella well spoken, and like he's like almost like the flow of it adds to like how everybody else speaks, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, this nigga about to be here for a minute and he's the killer, you know what I'm saying? So it was easier to like, and you could tell that like it was something we were watching and Chanel knew he was the killer, but I would be like, don't tell me, I'm just kind of just speculating out loud, you know what I'm saying? And then later on when we find out that he ends up dating one of the girls and ends up being the killer, I'm like, it made sense, you know what I'm saying? But like, it doesn't ruin it for me. It's just, I was like, let me just see how they gonna go about it, you know what I'm saying? But you know, like I said,
you want to go in there and be entertained, but also get taken out of reality. Yeah. So sometimes you being analytic like that, you can kind of be stuck in your reality because you can peep something. A good director, when it comes to dialogue, is Quentin Tarantino. I kind of watch his movies specifically for that, because it's not about the action or anything in it. It's how these characters are just conversing. I'm like, bro, why am I more entertained in this conversation versus fucking Iron Man punching the shit out of somebody? You know
I think like you said with Quentin Tarantino too, a lot of the movies now, well, forever, like the dialogue is always pertaining like directly to the movie. I think what Quentin Tarantino does very well is just have regular banter and dialogue between like how we'll be talking and just chilling and shit,
making it seem very natural.
Yeah, it's just very supernatural.
That's one of like my like things that like sticks out to me. Denzel is excellent at this. I could play a random Denzel movie and I guarantee you I could point it out in seconds, bro. Because there's certain people that's good about like saying other random shit that probably was improv, but was like, it made it feel more natural and it flowed to when we are talking about what we're talking about the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to explain, but like, I know y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, but there's so many times where I forgot what movie I was fucking watching, a Denzel movie, and like he was doing other shit that had nothing to do with. It was Man on Fire. That's what we was watching, Man on Fire, and like there was other shit that he was doing that didn't necessarily have anything to do with the actual like scene. But like it was just details, like you know what I'm saying. Yeah. Whether it be like a scene and somebody just randomly just
Flight was like
checking
that
their phone and just little shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I appreciate little nuances that can push it over. Like the way you do check your phone. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to do that, but you did that in that particular moment, which was natural. It was improvised, but it made it seem. But that separates a actor who went all the way versus an actor who was here because of maybe how they look or something like that.
You know, it remind me of Robert Downey Jr. Tropic Thunder, bro. When, like their lines you always say, "Let me see that map right quick."
Yeah, like shit like that.
It's like did Ben Stiller write that, or is that just Robert Downey Jr. knowing black people and know how we talk?
Improv.
You know what I mean? It has to be Robert Downey Jr. reading, like knowing how black people talk. We say right quick. You feel me? That's that's something that only somebody who either hangs with black people or a black person would say. You feel me? Like in regular dialogue in a regular movie, you would never say right quick.
Actors and then you got an actor.
Yeah.
Actors are like they said they study this shit. They can make your scene better. You give me 3 lines of dialogue, even 1 line of dialogue. All I'm supposed to do is just read this. Bet. Watch this. I just said this, and now the scene is way better because I did this, and I did like this. Like, you know what I'm saying? I did so much more. Because if you trust me, let me do my thing. I'm gonna make this line way better than what you wrote it.
And that's where I think somebody like a Denzel, where like, all right, these are the lines. I'm gonna do it my way. I'm gonna add some flair to it. Whereas somebody like a Will Ferrell is, what are we accomplishing with this scene? You know what I'm saying? And then this is where we're trying to. This is the goal of the scene where we want to get to. So I'm gonna improv this ride. You know what I'm saying? How much time we got? Okay, cool. All right, and I'm gonna have some cuts. I'm gonna have some fucking bloopers. I'm gonna have some shit. You know what I'm saying? Then that's why a lot of times when you watch that shit, it be some cuts and they'll come in and then you see the bloopers and they'll be like, oh, he said this instead. And okay, this was perfect, but we want you to say this now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, when you see the different type of like, you know what I mean, ways they go about it, it's pretty clean.
For that particular reason, to see how hard it is to get through a scene because it's so well done.
Yeah,
or a character is killing so hard like nobody else can make it through it because it's just too good.
Yeah. That reminds me of an episode of Martin when they were supposed to have a real dog and they didn't. So and nobody knew Martin was about to come in with that stuffed dog, but he made it work, and that made the fucking episode like. And going back and knowing that after you going back in hindsight and realizing that nobody else knew he was coming through the door with a fake dog, they all thought it was gonna be like, bro. That episode will forever be one of the best episodes of Martin.
That's my favorite episode
because he legit like. For him not to break, and you can see everybody trying their best not to break character, and he's full on with it. Like he's not laughing, nothing. Like that kind of shit makes them like when you just go ahead and give an actor, especially somebody with that depth in their bag, like, and you just let them like go ahead, handle it. Like we need you to fix it, do your thing, and they, bro, you get masterpieces off that shit.
It comes down to talent, skill, writing, directing, and like I said, usually the conclusion that can really make or break somebody like us as far as us watching a bunch of movies and TV shows where it can be predictable. So I will say more often than not, it is predictable. But those times that is the reason why I go hard with movies and TV shows because that shit is so fucking entertaining.
But you knew, for example, you knew that Pursuit of Happiness, he was gonna make it at the end. You knew that, right? But he made you feel a certain type of way. That like Will Smith acting was just crazy, right? Yeah. So that ride that you took with him, it made you feel like you was there. You know what I'm saying? And I think for me it was different because it was in the Bay too. You know what I'm saying? So that's why even more
little small things like that.
Yeah. So it made you just feel something. You know what I'm saying? You knew you knew how I was gonna end. You knew, you know what I'm saying? Because we know it was a real story. So you knew he was gonna end up getting rid of them shits, or you know what I'm saying? And get it in. You knew he was gonna do it, but it was just the ride we took. And he made you feel some type of way, and that's just what made it just great. You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot of movies that you've seen already.
Yeah.
You've seen it already. You know how this movie ends.
Yes.
But when you watch it again, it's still gonna hit you.
Yes.
That's how 7 Pounds. 7 Pounds was the same way.
Unbreakable was like that for me. I watched that movie a million times. Even with The Matrix, I watched it a million times. but I know that this particular part, how this person says this, is gonna resonate with me to like, depending on where I'm at during that day. If I'm just, that's gonna hit me. Like I'm like, damn, this shit is still hella powerful.
Yeah,
So,
like with
ahead.
the Matrix, like before we, but like with the Matrix too, it was a good example because there's two separate villains in there, and for me, the Agent Smith and Cypher, like Agent Smith was so much more impactful because of who the actor was. He just was, to me, it was more gravitas like towards him. Like Cypher was a good villain, but just the actor, he didn't do it for me. Like don't get me wrong, he was a great villain or whatever, but I felt like Agent, like just the duality between the two villains is a perfect example of what you talking about. Like between they both was written great, but the actor of Mr. Agent Smith was just, I feel like, better. You know what I mean?
Right on, Sandy. Appreciate it. Hey, we appreciate that question, really. Like, shout out Sandy again, man.
Man, give you your money's worth, man.
You bring it out of us, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That was like I said, at the end of the day, I think, like I said, we are film nerds, you know what I'm saying? We started this because of film or whatever, but we understand the impact of pop culture. But at the end of the day, as you can see, the room is filled of TV shows and movie shit. You know what I'm saying? That's if you can see this whole room, Sandy, it's crazy in here. Okay, it's like my own personal museum. But we just appreciate that question. Just lets us know how invested you is and how you pretty much know us now. You know what I'm saying? So we really appreciate that. And like you being all the way in New York on the East Coast and you still being up fucking with the pod right now is crazy. So another shout out to Sandy. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you so much, Sandy.
We gonna go ahead and get up out of here though. It's been 2 hours and some change, man. We might have to start changing up the times, man, because we be in here it's be getting late, man. I know y'all got work tomorrow, so I'll be feeling kind of bad. But like what Sandy just did, in the future, if anybody has this particular question that you want us to do a deep dive in, don't be afraid to shoot us a super chat, and we will. You know what I'm saying? We often already interact with the chat depending on certain subjects or whatever. But if you really want us to deep dive into something and then get your pretty much your own segment, shoot us a super chat, man. It don't even matter. Just hit us up or hit us up on Instagram and TikTok @_Real Squad. And yeah, man, appreciate everybody that came through. Shout out everybody. It's been real.
South Carolina, we gotta get it right.
Oh, my bad.
South Carolina.
Oh, okay. I thought you was from. Oh, you might be from New York or something. I feel like I don't know why I thought you said New York, but yeah, still appreciate you though, Sandy.
For
real
sure.
talk. Shout out South Carolina. But yeah, I'm gonna let these guys take you out. Appreciate everybody for pulling up. I will get these. I can do it real quick. We got Q in here. We have Santana here. Sandy, of course. Hess, of course. Honky came back up, pulled up. We had LB Thanks or LB Things. That's a new one I haven't seen before.
Oh yeah, Maria.
Tug. We had Tug in here. Tug Speedman.
We had Maria. Don't forget Maria.
Oh yeah, shout out Maria.
Yeah.
Real talk. Appreciate you, Maria Stevenson. Let me see.
Cheeto
Put up first or whatever. Right on, Cheeto. But yeah, man, appreciate everybody. Oh yeah, and Kaylin. Right on, Kaylin for the interaction. Honky. We had a good little discussion in here. But appreciate you guys. Yeah, I had to ban him twice.
5 different accounts. Yeah. Nigga.
Hess, man, get on your job,
Come
man.
on,
You're supposed to be a moderator. Yeah. I gave you that.
Yeah,
I think I made more than a few people moderator. I just know for sure Hess is a moderator.
I think it's Hessian and Chop, right?
Let me see. I'm gonna make Sandy a moderator too.
Sandy got her the thing next to her name.
Oh, she a mod too?
Look like it.
Okay, yeah. All right. Well, yeah. If y'all see somebody in the chat that's annoying, or y'all think they need to be given a timeout, go ahead. Y'all can do that. I respect y'all wishes. But appreciate everybody. I'll let these guys take you out.
Yep.
We didn't get to it, but the nigga 4 extra on Halloween.
4th of July.
4th of July.
4th of July.
It's over with, bro. Running fades.
Yeah, it's over for that fade shit, my nigga. That shit is over.
I don't ever understand why people want to light M1000s and then throw them. Like, no, anytime I've ever lit one, I've set that bitch on the ground.
On the ground, bro. And, like, I'm not lighting.
And I'm talking about as soon as the lighter flick, like you like,
yeah, bro. That shit is crazy, bro. You blew you seen it?
Did you see the X-rays?
Nah,
I saw the X-rays.
It's a wrap.
It's over.
That
They
nigga
talking
ain't-
about surgery went good, nigga. Ain't shit. Let's
Ain't
say
no
give you a whole
good.
new bionic
Patched
arm.
up the holes, nigga.
That nigga gonna be like Darth Vader, nigga.
You talking about Anakin? You talking about Anakin?
Anakin.